still processing orders. I'm getting tracking numbers ready for my customers today. And got to be outside today for a few demonstrations if the weather's good. We plan to be outside. All right, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We did some demonstrations, I think yesterday and day before yesterday, explaining that, when it comes to our black technology, one of the things we get questioned on quite a bit is whether or not if it's real or if it's fake. If the screen paint we're using a customer can go out and do the demonstration with everyday black paint, or can they get the same results from vinyl or fabric or so forth? These are things we have to do to pretty much for our products. You should be doing this anyway. Anybody developing any form of screen paint should be doing, or even projection screens should be doing the exact same thing, showing that there's a difference between their product and any other product in the store. Like a customer can't go in and make the product or duplicate the product and so forth. So what we requested in a demonstration, mind you, this is a request that was given to us multiple times by a particular individual, asking us, saying that, hey, look, I bet it's black paint, I bet it's gray paint, I bet you can do the same thing with fabric. He can make the product himself. So all these crazy theories that he has about our products. So we're going to back our demonstrations up. We go in with the demonstrations. As a matter of fact, I've actually done quite a few demonstrations on showing off my product on black paint multiple times. Not only that, we have demonstrations dating all the way back to the 7s, producing these same demonstrations also. But when requesting for this particular individual to go in and do the exact same demonstrations, as in mixing multiple great products mixed in with black paint, these for some reason these particular requests for this particular individual fall on deaf ears. He doesn't hear it, he doesn't understand it. So the demonstration he did was basically he took his own product and tried to put it against his own product. That was not what we asked for. What we clearly asked for is a fish going across my screen. What we asked for in that those trials, we asked for you to take and make, as a customer, as a company would do, go out and get several different forms of gray products, mix those with black paint, and put those against your product to see how close they would come up. This was avoided at all costs. It was avoided at all costs. So don't worry about doing reviews against other people's products. None of that. You need to do that demonstration. You're avoiding it at all costs. You need to do that demonstration. Your customers need to see if they are buying black and white paint products or if they are buying the real deal. And you have not done that yet. So we're going to go upstairs. I'm going to break down his video. Let me show you exactly where he cut a ton of corners in his demonstration. Meanwhile, when the individual was making his video, we were outside at around 4:51 doing demonstrations outside on snowstorms, outer space screensavers on 250-inch screens at 27 feet back at 4:51 in the evening. So this right here, you're seeing this display right here, this is the Phoenix over top that's painted into my ceiling. And that right there is our the blackout cloth, gamer blackout cloth. And as you can see the ripple effect going to the ceiling. You can see the water effect. I like that particular area right there. I wonder if I can get that from. I need a screensaver with just that on it, period. But you can see the ripple effect moving back and forth. That's how amazing the Phantom technology is, or Phoenix technology is. And if you notice in our demonstrations, we don't do these little tiny screen cutouts. Like, I don't know why you would do that, because you really can't get the whole full effect of what you're trying to watch. All right, over here, and in my area right here, we have the amazing Phantom technology. As you can see, producing an amazing and beautiful image in a fully lit room, as always. And we've done this demonstration with Mr. Sun popping up and saying hello. All right, so I'm gonna walk past my screen real quick so you can see the technology that we develop compared to screen paint that he does. And as I said, at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're getting what you paid for at the end of the day. You want to make sure that you're not getting hustled and you're not ending up with an everyday black and white paint. Because as I said before, you know, we got videos. I got a video of this individual using a black and white mix. He won't even use in the video demonstration. That is his video. He will not make that product and put it against the screen, because at the end of the day, he can't show a huge difference. It is going to match. And this is why he's going to avoid it. So we're going to have to ask him just about every week to do the demonstration. It's a shame, but it's true. And also, too, you as a consumer should be questioning his products and asking the same thing, too. Are you getting a real product? Or at the end of the day, are you getting everyday house paint? What are you actually paying for? All right, so let's go have a look at the video. Let's break it down. Now let me show you all the little tricks that this individual does in his videos. Nothing's honest, nothing's up front, nothing's open, things are hidden in his demonstrations. All right. So right here, this is how he reacts. This does not bother me at all, period. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you can't make our products. And that is an old technology we no longer make anymore. But anyway, again, yeah, saying our products are black paint or whatever they are supposed to be, we've done this demonstration, so that doesn't work. But we're going to break down your video. So I'm going to show you CROW's Mix Challenge over. No, not over, buddy. You didn't do the challenge at all, period. You, again, another fake demonstration. But let me show you what we got here. And he said over, not even close. Number one, tiny cookie cutter screens. Why do y'all subject to these little tiny screens? What is the deal with that? And these tiny screens. Your challenge is not over, buddy. You have to complete the challenge. I said in the challenge, several gray mixes. This is going to be bad for you. I mean, extremely bad for you. Number one, your image is completely washed out. Gray and black paint does this. Gray and black paint has the same reaction. This is a really, really bad image. How come this image does not look the same way as it does in your demonstrations? Now, I don't know what this is. I guess this is supposed to be our product right here, but I don't know. Anyway, as we can see here, this and this is matching with no problem whatsoever. This is the Hybrant Mix. I don't know if it's the person or whatever, but whatever it is, I know this is the Cinemax right here, but this is matching perfectly. I automatically know just by looking at this demonstration here what this is made out of now. This is about 2 tablespoons. I told you it was around 2 tablespoons or 3, but that's around 2 tablespoons because we know the Hybrant Mix is pretty much a little off by probably 3, or maybe about 3 or 4, about 3 at the most. So this is definitely 2. All right, so as you can see, no real difference between this and that. Where is the gray paint supposed to be at in this demonstration? Because I'm not seeing you in the demonstration. Keep in mind, you were supposed to make multiple mixes, lay them on the table as you made the mixes, and show that these combinations of paints are not supposed to match your screen. This is where you failed in the demonstration. So what he was supposed to do, as we did in our demonstration, we made 3 different black dark mixes, mixed them together on camera, showing people how we made them. And then we took those dark mixes, including the black paint, and laid it against our screen to show that our screen does not resemble or match any one of these mixes that we made live on camera. What this individual was supposed to do was supposed to take 4 to 3 forms of containers of gray paint or white paint, or actually more white paint, and mix that with multiple teaspoons or tablespoons of black paint on camera to show you that his product is different, which he did not do. He failed to do that. All he did was come up here and show you a demonstration of his 3 products together, all his products together, saying, look, there's a difference. Not really at the end of the day, because you still haven't shown the consumer that there's a difference between your product and black and white paint. You still failed to show that. Where is that demonstration? Is it anywhere in this demonstration at all? Another big, huge issue here is that your screen is tremendously washed out. Gray screens, I told you, gray screens are obsolete. They don't have the ability to produce proper contrast and color. This is a very washed out image right here. This is not good. This is extremely bad. Look at this. You can't even make out the mountainside right here. Look how washed out this is. Look how washed the sand is supposed to be. A real deep sand. It's supposed to be this is a blue sky. The contrast level is not even there. And that's another thing I explained too, that the gray screen paint products, the problems that they have is they can't see contrast at all, period. Same thing when I laid them up against my screen, contrast fails, color fails, same scenario right there. You can clearly see that, man, that is really bad. That is really, really bad. Let me continue on here in this one, because I don't want to keep hovering over this right here. Your white levels, I don't know why you have the white sheets of paper up there. I don't know what that's for. But that's not for that test. The test you were supposed to do was to compare your product against another gray screen paint mix that you would have made from using your 2 tablespoons or the multiple tablespoons we used in our demonstration. All right. So this is supposed to be a Phoenix 19. This is how dark Phoenix 19s are supposed to come out. Mind you, the screen I just displayed to my ceiling is a Phoenix 19. The screen I had outside, the 250 inches side by side I did live on a snowstorm outside, that's a Phoenix 19. That screen is actually maybe 30, 40 times bigger than what you're displaying here. And keep in mind, I have more light outside than your screen. It's like, yeah, no way in the world. I'm sorry, buddy. Not a Phoenix 19. That's black paint. We did this test already, but I want you to look at this right here. Look how washed out the image is. This is supposed to be your UV mix right here. Wow, this is definitely the personal mix. Look how close the personal, even on a washout, side by side. Why would you post this? It's like you're asking to be destroyed. What? Who does this? This is too easy. Are you kidding me, dude? I'm sorry I got to do this to you. I'm going to break this down pretty good for you. Look at the matchup. This is the personal. This is the UV. Look how close they're, even in a fade out, even washing and fading out the exact same way. This is house paint. You don't even have to do that. You just clearly showed your product as house paint. Look, this is really bad. And again, like I said, this is not going to help you. We do black paint tests on our screens all the time, so I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, zone in on this right here. So this right here is his personal mix. This is supposed to be on this side. I guess this is supposed to be the his band, right? GG something CG8. The CG8, and this is supposed to be the UB. No. Crow, you lied in your demonstration. That's not a UB. A UB is not that light. A UB is darker than that, way darker than that. That's not a UB. You don't know the color of your own screen paint? Oh, wow. That's really bad. This is going on our blacklist page today. Look at this. So this is supposed to be a UV. This is a UV. See? This is the color of a UV mix. They're dark. Really, really dark. So there's nowhere in the world that is a UV mix, because this is a UV mix. And we have the unboxing video if you want everyone to check it out. But this is a UV mix. See, Crow even signed it himself right there. That's a UV mix. This is the actual color of it. He went in and did this demonstration and made the product lighter because he wanted to produce a lighter color, because we have the UV over here. When we test the UV, even against the light gray screens, it comes up really, really dark. It's going to pull a really good white level. So what he did was he went in, he made another version of it, made it lighter, so that way it would blend better with the lighter screen paints. But buddy boy, this is your UV, and you even signed it. There's your signature. You signed UV right there. This is what the color, how dark UVs come up. So you even falsified your demonstration horribly. That's what you did. That right there, we can tell is black paint at the end of the day. We know it's black paint. Because if I take black paint or any substance and I've done the demonstration and I stick that against any one of your gray screen paints, it comes up dark. And we'll repeat that because you know how Mr. Bird is. Mr. Bird will back up anything he does with the video. So we're going to duplicate the demonstration. All right, so as you can see, that is clearly not a UV at all, period. UVs are very dark. Right next to here, this is supposed to be the UV mix. This is supposed to be the GCH, where I think that is. Look how close they come together. I don't even know what's worse, the fact that they're faded out and they're washed out that bad. That's a very bad washed out image. It's the same image that the customer had that was using the leisure projector. Now this tells you, right, this is a huge major flag. If he's using another projector besides this expensive P2 projector, it clearly shows at the end of the day that the projector is doing all the work. Because you should be able to swap out your projectors at will, and the screen should still maintain its image, even in a fully lit environment, which we will show today. You should be able to easily do that. But as you can see, they're both reacting. They're all reacting the same way. Where is the difference? Even in the failed attempt that you tried here, where is the failed difference? Where's the huge bump? Where's the between night and day? They're all matching. Look at this one and this one. These are two side. I thought this was one. This is actually two of them side by side. Look how washed out that looks. So, explaining again what the individual was supposed to do. He was supposed to make several products live on camera, as we did. We'll post our link at the bottom where we did it ourselves to our own screen. I went out and got black paint. I got some white paint. We did a reversal. I made several dark gray screens and black products, and we did black paint. We made those right on camera for everybody to see. We took those products, we laid them against our screen. We did white snow levels and so forth to show there's a difference between our product and other dark mixes and so forth. What he was supposed to do in this demonstration, as I told you before, he skips these demonstrations. He doesn't do them correctly. He was supposed to go live on camera, take several different forms of white paint, well, actually only one white paint, and take 2 teaspoons, 3, 4, 5, whatever, mix those in different containers, put those against the screen and show that there's either they match or they don't match. That's what he was supposed to do. But he came up with this idea. I told you, he always does something completely different. He never does anything. And then he has the nerve to put up their challenge over. How is the challenge over? The consumer still needs to know whether or not if your product is black and white house paint. You haven't proved that here at all. You just took a product that's made from black and white paint, compared it to each other, and said, voila, challenge over. No, buddy, you missed it. You have to make these products to show there's a difference. That's where you messed up. And even doing this demonstration is a complete utter fail, because it shows even without the other mixes there, all your products are matching perfectly together. Even in as worse as this picture is absolutely horrible. I don't know anybody who's going to sit there and pay the money to have an image look this bad, and you barely have any light in your environment. Barely have any light in your environment. Mind you, I could do this outside, not inside, outside, and still produce an amazing image, way better than this. There is no way in the world I would even make any money, even have a contract if my product came up looking like that. That is absolutely horrible. Whew. And here's another thing too. Look at the Cinemax. Now, notice, look at the Cinemax. The Cinemax is completely washed out. Where, okay, right here. Let me look at this real quick. Look at this real quick. How is this different from this? Anybody seen this? How is this different from this? At all? You really you did some damage to yourself today. Boy, that is really bad. Let's go on and see if you put anything else in here. Now these are, he's trying to say this is the difference between his products. The hybrid, the personal. I told you we had the personal over here. We made the personal. Oh, you should have never showed me this color. We can make all these today. We can literally make every last one of these today. We can make that one and that one. So, judging by the personal is 4 tablespoons of white paint. All right. This one's 5, automatically from the door. And this one right here would be somewhere in the range of maybe around 6. Automatically, you got your product that fast, just by looking at that. First things first, again, you're supposed to have a gray screen paint mix that's not yours up here. It's nowhere to be found in the demonstration. Where is it? Where is the product that you're supposed to make? Because if consumer goes to Home Depot or Lowe's and he grabs some Bullseye primer or Bear 1050 and he takes like, I'm gonna put like 3 tablespoons of black paint in that. How close would that come to your product? Where is the demonstration? Because I don't see anything here at all. I just see your UV mix, which this is not your UV. UV is this dark. I don't know how in the world this and this are supposed to be the same. So that right there is a complete lie right there. Again, I told you, when I told you from the door, they're only off by a couple of shades of black. That's it. But yeah, this is a failed. You don't even have the other one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for showing me this. We have this downstairs right here. This is supposed to be this Cinemax. So yeah, they're all black and white paint products. Every last one of them. He's supposed to have his sample sheets there showing off, making the paint live. I told you he'll never do it because if he makes it, any one of those are going to match. Look at this. What's the difference between this one and this one? What's the difference? I didn't even know there were 3 strips in there. They were matching so well together. I didn't know there were 3 strips in there. Told you. They show the same reaction as when we have them downstairs lined up side by side. And the only reason why these are a little darker because they have more black paint. So each one of these have less or more black paint. We're just ignoring this because we already know from the door what that is. We already know that's all black paint in there. We've done that demonstration against our product so many times it's not even funny. See, black paint will react this way. This is what black paint reacts. We did that demonstration when we did the black fabric and black paint. And I showed you the demonstration that black paint will have that same reaction. But when you put white light on it, it basically fails. It has issues. But this is not good. How is this? How are these not all matching? Where is the difference at? Where honestly is the difference at? Where's the huge difference between night and day here and here? Where is it? Because I'm not seeing it. Now, look right here. Look how dirty the snow is coming up on this screen right here. This is supposed to be your GCH or something, CGH product. And look, even when you made the UV mix, not at the right color it's supposed to be, it's still picking up a very dark and dirty snow level right there. See right there, compared to the white sheet of paper. And as I told you before, when you made the claim that the Cinemax can pull a white level equal to a white screen. That's virtually impossible. Again, see right there? None of this is picking up any white levels at all. And this is all matching together right across here. You need to go back in. The challenge is not over, CROW. You need to go back in, mix the paints on live so everybody can see it. Make the ingredients, make your own ingredients, and match them. That's what you need to do. Paint them side by side, not this demonstration. You're going to have to do this again, or we can do your video for you. It's up to you on how you want to do it. But this is what this is a fail, very fail. I couldn't wait to get in here and break this video down. This is really bad. See how all that's matching all together? This is all matching. This is washed out a little bit because this one's a little bit darker than the rest of these. No huge difference. Watch this. Told you. All matched. Every last one of them, all matched. So at the end of the day, what you were buying was, even though, like I said, he failed to do the demonstration, there's no way in the world he was going to get on camera. Because if these are matching this well together, there is no way in the world he will ever get on camera and do a demonstration as we've requested, as mixing several different forms of screen paint mixes. Today, y'all can literally make it yourself. He just backed up our theory. You can make it yourself. Literally, it's nothing special about it. His own products are blending into themselves. That's a huge major red flag. I told you they aren't off by. They're doing the same thing we do over here. At a distance, I told you they're all blending. He has to be up on top of the screen to show you the difference between the two. But that is a huge, huge red flag right there. Now, as I said before, he's not going to do that. He's not going to get on camera. He's not going to take multiple grade containers and mix it with black paint because he doesn't really have, you have to measure. Any one of them would hit one of those screens. Whether it's 2, whether it's 3, whether it's 4. We did 10 and 10 knocked out 2 of them. So you can make it yourself. It's no difference. I think I proved my point. It's black and white paint. So if you got on camera and you told people there was a difference between this mix, and this mix, and they were all different, why do they all look the same? They're doing the same thing when we take the personal mix and the Metallica mix, we put it on our screen, we back up, we go, look how they blend and they look exactly the same. Wow. Whew. People really don't think when they do these demonstrations, do they? Here's a white level. Now, like I said, this right here, we all know people, this is all black paint. So this is him trying to fight back any way he can. It's not working. It's like trying to watch somebody stab somebody in the dark. That's pretty much the equivalence of this. Because while he was doing this demonstration, we were outside at 150 inches outside doing snowstorms. But this is what he does anyway. That's his signature. Now, as for the white levels here, he's saying the screen produces a white level as high as the white screen. No, it doesn't. There is no surface or no screen paint or anything that can produce a white level as high as a white screen. Virtually impossible. The only screen that can do that is an actual white screen. And that means if your white levels, as I told you, remember in the test, if your white levels are that high, that means your color and contrast washes out twice as fast. That's what you just told me in that white level demonstrations, which I do all the time. There's a certain tone I look for, and it's not there at all, period. How come you're not up on top of the screen now when all your products are up there? See, look at that. No huge difference between night and day. Now, the reason why this is going to be darker, because this has more black paint in it. That's why. But all these right here are matching perfectly with no problem whatsoever. So if he sat on camera and told you there was a difference between this one, and this one, there is no difference. Now this is supposed to be our product right here. This is ours right here, but we'll keep on going because we already know the door behind that one. Mind you, we told the individual to match the product against other paints, which we did ours already, displaying our products against mixes that we made live on camera, letting everybody see us make these products. but he fails to do so, but yet he does this right here. Doesn't bother us because at the end of the day, CROW, all your products are matching. Look at this. That is not good at all. There is no difference in any of these paints right now. So that means at the end of the day, if you were to drop in if you would got bare silver screen and you would have dropped in, it really doesn't make a difference. You can start from 2 to 10, you're good. You would have nailed this product. Oh, boy, this is so sad. All right, this shirt right here on this one. This is where you messed up again. Now, this product being darker than your Cinemax, you made a claim that your Cinemax could pull a higher contrast level than a black screen. This is nowhere near black, not even close. It's not. It's kind of like a oh man, what's the word for it? It's kind of like a mid-gray, like a mid-gray. It's like a mid-gray. That is pulling a better star contrast level than your product here. So right there, you outed this product as basically having amazing contrast capabilities when it can't even match a light gray mix here. Look how washed out and faded this is. This is actually washed out. That is complete. This is all completely washed out. And this is pulling up a very poor contrast level, but it's a heck of a lot better than this and this. This is absolutely really bad. I don't think he knows what contrast is supposed to look like. I don't think he understands it. This is even worse. Look at this, man. Yeah, like I said, you're clearly using black and white paint. It's all matching the same. It does the exact same thing in any demonstration that we do. Look at this. These are 3 strips of paint here. This is the personal, which we do have here. And look at the UV, and look at this, the UV, and look at the hybrid. Look at them. They're all matching. The only difference between these are a little darker. They have more black paint in them. That's why. That's not an impressive demonstration, man. That's a really bad demonstration. And again, like I said, you're putting your own products against your own product. You're supposed to do something where making another screen paint. Let's see if he does that. Let's see if he starts off. And let me tell you, CROW, how your video is going to have to start off. You have to start off with a table and showing you making these products and matching these products against your products. That's what you have to do. I don't know what all this is at all, period. I don't know. I guess a smoke screen, or I don't know what you call tactics. He's going to get close up on the screen. Here we go. Really? Seriously, really? Black and white paint, buddy. Black and white paint. You didn't show any difference at all between night and day. Black and white paint. Now, see the color here? This is the color of a UV. For any of those you've never seen what an original UV looks like, this is an original UV. You see how dark that screen is? How pink that paint is? That's the color of a UV. That doesn't even match this. And like I said, he had to make it lighter because if he had made it the exact same color as we have here in the container, the white levels would have came up really, really dark. So that's why he did it that way. Another perfect example. Look how every last one of them are all blended in together. Remember what I told you when it comes to those gray screen paint products. If they're a couple of shades off of black, this is how we know how they're made. You could easily see that at the end of the day, they're all the same thing. Look. No difference between night and day. So that means if he had taken anyone, mind you, if these products are blending so well together, if he had taken any black and white mixture and stuck it on the screen, it would have matched with no problem. because there's not even a difference between the products that he's showing here, his actual products. So if your actual products are showing no difference, what would happen if somebody took, heck, you wouldn't even have to mix any black in it. You could just get bullseye primer. It would match this with no problem. You wouldn't have to mix any black. You go get some bullseye primer, gray primer. Yeah, it'll match this with no problem whatsoever. Oh, man, yeah, this is just too easy. And it's not even a challenging. It's just too easy. Look at this. How all of this blended together. What's so special about this screen supposed to be? It's blended into this one. Matter of fact, this one's actually pulling a deeper blue than this one right here because it's darker. That's just basic common sense. It's going to pull a deeper blue. It's pulling a much better blue than this. And this is supposed to be the screen paint that's supposed to pull a higher contrast over than a black screen. If this pulls a contrast over equal to a black screen, that means the colors would be absolutely insane. It would be much more advanced than these right here with no problem whatsoever. Now, I told you that when he started the demonstration, we start off here, right? This demonstration was going to end up in the dark. You know why? Because his screens were washed out so badly. They were really washed out. So he had to do the rest of the demonstration. Let me see, the majority of the demonstration, yeah, it was done in the dark. So yeah, usually this is how he does his demonstrations. He'll try to show off a little bit and say, look, this is how amazing my technology is, so and so. So we can turn our lights on and off, and the screen still remains the same color. It still remains the same. Where you can see in the demonstration here, this is another thing I'm going to break down too, where his screen is so badly washed out. Look how badly washed out the screen is. I'm going to get right up close on it to show you how horrible and washed out it is. Now you see that right there? See how badly and washed out that image is? They all react in the same way. They all had that really bad washed out image. This is two different screen paints together. This is supposed to be his darker mixes, the UVs, which are supposed to be designed to basically, and whatever this right here, this GCH or whatever it is, they're supposed to be designed to contain more ambient light, be able to produce darker and richer images. They washed out just as bad as the ones that are actually light. That is a Cinemax right there. And look how badly they washed out. So the only way he can actually produce a decent image, he's going to have to be in the dark. As I explained before when we did demonstrations downstairs in the basement, that these lighter products can't pick up at all, period. You have to be in a very dark or an ambient light controlled environment in order for it to pull up. This is how these screen paints react 7 years ago, the exact same way. Same way. Now this is how much light he's trying to show that he has in his, let's go back to the very beginning. And judging by the light that's coming in from here and all around in this area right here, your blinds are pretty much not fully open. And then you have objects in front of your windows blocking the light. There's not supposed to be any objects in front of your windows at all, period. And even with this little bit of light that's making into the room, the screen is very, very badly washed out. Now see right here, you've got all these statues and stuff in the window. You have to remove all that. If you're going to do a decent demonstration showing actual window light coming through and hitting your screen, that can't be there. You can't have anything in the window blocking any of the light pushing through. Because you do know physical light. If he just understands anything about the laws of physical light, you know, basically at the end of the day, like I said, you're disrupting it. Like if I'm basically got a meter going on in a room, if I move around that room, you know, I'm constantly disrupting the light as I'm moving through the environment. Light is constantly changing and fluctuating. So in order to get a proper meter reading, I have to put it in an area where I'm not going to be moving about in that particular area, but still light does constantly fluctuate. So here you have this all blocked out. This shouldn't be here. The display stand, if you're going to display your window light, you need to remove this. This should not even be here. Nothing should be in this window at all. When we do demonstrations downstairs with the Phantom, and when the Phantom sits in the window, you will notice there is nothing just in the way, no plants, nothing, just the curtains, and that's it. We can pull those back, let that light push in. That's how it's supposed to be, not this. And keep in mind, my windows sit right next to my screen side by side with all that light pushing back and forth. Where in this demonstration he's doing, he has this massive cabinet system in his window with all these statues in it. And I noticed that you're blind. I know you have an awning right here. There's an awning right about there going across. Of course, that's going to block any light coming in this way from the door. I don't know why you don't have this one open, because you got a blind here that you could open up right there. That's not open. I don't know why, but this right here, this needs to go. If you're going to do any demonstrations showing window light, you need to get rid of that. That's got to go. That's why I particularly like the area of the lounge, because the lounge, there's nothing in there to distract. There's sofas, we got the rug, we got the sound bar, and we got windows and screen. That's it. That's all that's in that area right there. But this is a fail. I'm sorry. That is really bad. I don't know what you were pointing back at, because if you had that screen in the environment that I have downstairs, that thing would be a white sheet of paper. I don't care if 5,000 lumens was hitting it. It'd be a white sheet of paper. Now see right here, there's a window right up in here, but there's a blind. He shut this one here. I don't know why. You need to remove all those statues. Remove that, put that someplace else so that's not blocking any of the light. So we can get all that light to come in. Even with that little bit of light that transferred through, his screen washed out. That has nothing to do with this. Do we know what this is right here? So you understand the laws of physics light. That means the light that came in connected to this. It's not making contact with your screen because this is in the way. That's why the light is here. If this wasn't here, this would actually be hitting the side of your screen right now. So he's trying to say this is how much physical light I have coming in, and this is how much it's actually probably making contact with the screen. Yeah, if any of that light had hit your screen would have washed out. As you can see, there's nothing. The only thing that's hitting there is here. That's it. We got a little bit here over here in the corner. We got some right here where the speakers are at, but none of this is being hit by any of that physical light whatsoever. So I don't know what you're pointing to this for, because if this bookcase wasn't here, that would land it right about there in this area right here. Good gracious, my goodness. I don't know what you're pointing to that for. Right there, it caught the edge of his screen right there. And even in that, look how washed out the image is. I'm still missing that demonstration. Like I said, we'll see if we can get it today. I got to paint a motorized projection screen today, but we'll see if we can get that demonstration, if he'll actually do the real challenge that he was supposed to do. And I'll show you what we did on our end, how it was supposed to be done, that he completely skipped the entire thing. I already told you from the door that it would be completely suicide for him to come out there and do that demonstration, doing that mix, even the own mix off the deleted video, due to the fact that his products themselves matched so well together. Anything gray would have matched his product with no problem. Heck, I could have used a gray tablecloth and got the same reaction, which ain't a bad idea, because now I'm about to order a gray tablecloth. I don't know why you keep going back to this. So there's no real physical light coming from that at all, period. Look how dark this is. For a person, something supposed to have a lot of physical light coming through. Why isn't all this illuminated? Why is this all dark here? Look how washed out that image is. That is really, really bad. What is this? Is that a bush? What is it? Is this what is that? Look at that. Look how badly. I told you, when screens can't produce contrast or color, they get a tannish look around the screen. What is all this? This is all washed out. What's that right there? What is that? Is this the blue? Is this the blue sky? Oh, that's washed out. Washed out again. This is even coming up dark on this one. Too dark on this one right here, next to the white paper. All reacting, showing the same thing. Look at this. This is all showing the same thing. Yeah, you could basically get gray paint and mimic the same thing. It's not doing anything different. And the fact that he didn't add that into the demonstration is a huge, major red flag. That gray paint will match your screen. Now, it's a good thing we recorded this just in case this video comes up deleted. But as I told you, see how washed out the image is from here to here, how badly washed out it is for here and here? Now he's trying to show because his projector's in eco mode. Buddy boy, all my projectors sit in eco mode. Every last one of them, they sit in eco mode. That's nothing. Shoot, my brightness levels are what? My brightness levels are under factory settings. And I do that outside. But this right here is washed out. Now, eventually, like I said, after showing the demonstration, because he can't do a demonstration from beginning to end with the lights on. In that demonstration, all his demonstrations will eventually end up in the dark, because that's where his screens show the best image. He has to be in the dark. So there's no way in the world he's going to do this demonstration from beginning to end. Mind you, it's sunny outside. So he's pulling his blinds down. If it goes dark in that environment, that means he had to pull his blinds down. He had to turn up the lights in order to show you a better image. But how come you're not getting the same image with the lights on? So at the end of the day, your product only works if you're in the dark. That's why a lot of his demonstrations are done in dark environments, because that's the only way you can produce an image. And at the end of the day, that's where you're going to be at, because gray screen paint reacts the exact same way. You have to be, in order to get those colors to pop, to get that contrast to pop a little better, you're going to have to be in the dark to do this. So you'll notice that the entire video is going to end up, and half of it's going to end up, majority of it's going to end up in the dark. Because right now, even he knows on camera, as he's watching that screen, that his screens are all producing the exact same color. Look how bad the white levels are there. Remind you, when we do a white level test, we did a white level test on the gunmetal. Gunmetals are darker than anything you have up here, except for this mess right there. I don't know what that crap is. But anyway, they're darker than anything you have. And that gunmetal did a white level test. Not on this nonsense. I'm talking about snow white levels, which you failed to do in your demonstration. You do know that when you do the white pieces of paper up there, when you have them up there like that, it's supposed to be white levels only when you do that test. And you're supposed to do that on darker screens. Let's look at this right here. Now, how are any of these different? This one I can see because it's a little bit darker. But how are any of these different? So if your customer is coming at you and say, okay, what's the difference between the UV mix? No, UV mix. What's what's you got? The personal mix and the hybrant. What's the difference between the two? Well, the hybrant produces higher color and higher contrast, where no, it doesn't. They both do the exact same thing. Look at this. They're both doing the exact same thing. That's even worse. And judging by, we don't have this beam of light here anymore, and the light is missing here. If you notice, you couldn't see this robot all too well, because when he shut the blinds. You can tell he shut the blinds. Because right here, if you go back here, see right here? See all the light that's surrounding around. I think it's R2D2 or D222. I don't forget what they are. But see all the light that's hitting here? See the light that's hitting here? See the light that's hitting here? Now, where did it go in here? All of a sudden now, it's gone. Because he shut the blinds. Because he knows darn well with the blinds open, that image is going to continue to wash out and fade. The only way you can get a decent image, you have to be in the dark to use that product. And house paint will react the exact same way as this. Look at the difference in the blue here and the blue here. So, like I said, this screen claiming to be able to pull. This screen is actually pulling a better color and contrast than the Cinemax that was claimed to pull a contrast equal to a black screen. Look at the color of the sand. Look at the color of the blue compared to here and here. And when I told you that white screens aren't too far off from gray screens, yeah, if he had put this up against here, where's that sample sheet he has here? He removed it. Let's see what we got going on here. Look at this. Now you notice the environment gets darker. So now he's got the windows completely blocked and he's got to completely darken the environment because now you can see the LED lighting pushing out beside the side of the screen, which means the environment is pitch black dark now. And this is the only way you can show a decent picture. Curious, how come the image didn't look the same way here as it did with the lights on and all the light pushing through? Again, like I said, I showed you demonstrations in the dark with the motorized projection screen. With the lights on, that the colors and all that would wash out like crazy. If you turn the lights out, it has a somewhat decent color. Next to a black screen, it can't pull up an image at all. And if that was truly a black Phoenix, the black Phoenix would have pulled at a white level equal to these screens with no problem, which we've done those demonstrations too. All right, so let's get back over to here. Oh my goodness, it just can't get it. I think to myself that can it get any work? Dude, your products are all matching themselves. So whatever scheme you were telling them that each one of these were different in their own unique way, not by far. That is not a huge difference, buddy. All right, let's see if Jamie does the demonstration correctly as we requested for him to basically take other gray screen paint products, including, you can take the one you got up your deleted video and do the demonstration to see if it matches, because I don't know why, and altogether this right here is a complete fail, number one, because you're supposed to have other great products that are supposed to be matching against your screen. So the fact that they're not there is a fail. Number two, all your products are matching within a one-tone distance of each other, which means, as I said before, it's made with black and white paint, and it's being measured by how much black you put in. You put in more, you get a darker screen. You put in less, you get a lighter screen. So it's reacting the exact same way. The exact same way. Well, let me show you in our demonstrations how we do it. My demonstrations never end off like this, like never, unless we're doing a demonstration in the dark downstairs, the motorized, and it's requested, then we do it. But other than that, if I'm doing a demonstration, it never ends up with being in the dark. But let me show you something, Jamie, how it's supposed to be done. That is complete fail. Oh, wait. Now look at this. You missed this part, didn't you? Look how dark and dirty the image is coming up right here. Did you miss that part? That your product right here, I think it's the CGA, whatever it is, and the UV, the fake UV, because that UV was actually the one we have over there. That thing would have came up very dark. Look how your white levels are pulling out right here. Very, very dark. That's a very dark white level that's pulling up. That shows at the end of the day, like I told you, it's a first sign when you see that there is black and white in the paint. I think he does these demonstrations hoping that you're not going to see this. I know he sees it, but I think he's hoping that you're not going to see it. So let me show you his demonstration here, we'll start off from the beginning. This is supposed to be how I got to take a picture of this. This is going to the blacklist, but take a picture here. This is your demonstration setup here, how you do things right here. And let's go over to our page where at the same time you were doing that demonstration, I was here outside. That's a black screen. So in Jamie's video, as I said before, he has the habit of taking black paint, saying, hey, that's their product. Well, Jamie, that is 250-inch screens outside. We don't have to turn out the lights because we're outside. There's no light switch or to turn the lights out. There's no windows to block or abstract any of the light coming through. And judging by the size of the giant screen we have outside, you know, we don't have these little tiny sample sheets placed against this little screen showing you that, hey, look, there's a different blah, blah, blah. There you go. My projectors are sitting back 27 feet from my screen. Let me show you something even more impressive. As we're going through this right here. Here's the Starfield demonstration. Now, when he did the demonstration on his Starfield demonstration, his screen came up gray all across here. This has high power condensed lighting up here. I just put in to make sure we can generate more light around the screen. But let me show you something even more impressive. You see that? That's a snowstorm outside being displayed at 4:51. There is more light out there than it is in your entire apartment complex combined easily. Meters don't pick up out there. I got to be at 200, I think it's 200 something times something to be outside to pick up out there. That's outside. And that screen is, whew, I can't say twice. I say 4 or 5 times the size of your screen. It's probably it's bigger than your entire wall. It's 180-inch out there being displayed. Now, this is what I mean by this guy does falsified and fake demonstrations. So if that's our product on that Phoenix 19, on that sample sheet, this is supposed to be our product. And it's showing up that dark and that environment that has walls, a roof, it has a way of controlling ambient light, and it's picking up that dark, but yet we're outside. Not at 6, not at 7, not at 8, at 4:51, because I called it to Alexa. She told me the time. And we're able to pick up on a screen size that big. The bigger the screen, the more ambient light the screen takes in. That's why if you notice when Cookie Cutter did his demonstration, he tucked it under the fireplace. You know why? Less ambient light would have contact with that screen because where the screen was positioned and the size of the screen. But when you have it bigger the screen is, the more ambient light it's going to get hit with. It's like if you're traveling through a meteor storm and you've got a flagship, it's going to get hit with everything under the face of the sun because it's a bigger target to nail. Whereas you have a small little shuttle, you know, the odds of you basically, you know, getting hit with something, I mean, it's going to be not going to be rare, but it's going to be less than getting hit with a flagship going through, getting nailed by tons and tons of meteors. But like I said, you're going to take in 10 times more light because your screen is going to be bigger. It's going to be exposed to more light. And you can see where our projector is sitting back at a greater distance. And again, he might say, well, the projector is 5,000 lumens don't mean squat outside when you're hitting a screen of that size at 27 feet away from a screen. Not 8 feet, 27 feet from a screen. And then the time of the day plays a part. Now, most people who I was on the forum site who saw this demonstration, guys said, I wouldn't even think about using a 5,000 lumen. I'd be somewhere in the range of 7 or maybe 8 or 9, because if I'm doing this for a venue, I have to make sure 100% this thing is going to be able to show up. So they're going to overkill their lumens. Not at no 5,000 lumens. That projector doesn't have 5,000 lumens by the time it travels 27 feet to hit that screen. It has way less than that. And it also depends on how long the distance is going to be. It also depends on what time of the day, on how many lumens your screen is going to be. Your screen is going to be able to project. And then at that, the screen being black, which makes it even more interesting because now it has to draw in white light through a surface that is jet black. So please, man, when you do demonstrations like that, you embarrass yourself. Hear that? You embarrass yourself when you do demonstrations like that. And you know what's even more sad about this individual? When you go to our website, you see the demonstrations by our customers. We had a customer display for a while, showing off his Nova 19. He was showing all the lights off, and he had his own music video playing in the background. So let me get this straight. This is a customer who owns the product, and he has video testimony of him showing off this screen in this fully lit environment. But when you have anyone's product in your possession, for some reason, they don't work. They work every place else, but when you get them, they don't work. That shows a person that clearly commits fraud 24/7. The fact that he couldn't come in and back his own product up by doing the demonstration as we requested, and clear as day. I mean, I said, do I have to get a video and title it what you need to do so you can do that video exactly the same way we asked? Oh man, it's unbelievable. Look at this. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, it's clear. You can see it crystal clear. So how is it a screen size of what that little sample sheet is supposed to represent our product? So let me show you what CROW does in its demonstrations. If you take black paint and you throw that against any one of our screens, it comes up dark. That's what it produces. But let me show you, CROW, how you're supposed to do your demonstrations. See this right here? This is what he was trying to do. This is what he was trying to mimic. That's what you were trying to do. Now, I'm going to break down my video. You see my video, CROW? I'm going to break it down for you. You see how much light that's pushing back and forth across my screens? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you notice, there's no bookcases. There's no plants hanging down. There's no awnings. I don't even have an awning there. Light just comes boom right through the screen. Boom right through the screen. I deliberately made my sofa sets white over here, white covers, everything, so it can illuminate more light in the environment. I can go from any section from here to here, and that screen will maintain all the way around with no problem. I don't have to get light from back here. Light is actually in this environment constantly all the time, bouncing forth across the screen. This is what you were trying to do. See how deep and rich my colors are? Nothing's faded out, nothing's washed out, no discoloration, nothing. That's what you were trying to do. My screen is bigger than your screen. My screen's 126 inches. It's twice the size of your screen. It's big. Look at the colors. None of the colors wash out. Everything maintains. Now we have to do this because he really doesn't understand how it's done. People who make those screen paints feel that it's acceptable if the image shows up. It ain't got to be the best picture in the world. It really doesn't for them. As long as there's an image showing up on the screen, they consider that to be a win. No, in my book, that is considered to be not a win. That's a fail. That screen is supposed to show up from corner to corner, and it's supposed to see color and contrast and blues and greens. That's what you're supposed to be seeing. You could have never pulled that off in that environment. You know why? Your contrast levels were failing horribly in your demonstration. Why didn't you do this one right here? You can't do it. His contrast levels would have wiped out. Now, how would we break down my video here? Let's see. Where would we go at? How would we break it down? Anything blocking any of the windows? We got veneer curtains up here, plenty of lights pushing through with no problem whatsoever. Look at the size of the screen. It's about the size of my windows, so it's not under my windows in any way whatsoever. It's not doing any form of light dodging whatsoever, as you can see. So what's wrong in the video? I got an open mic right now. You do know my mic's open, right? Show me the video anywhere where basically I'm doing any light dodging. Did I turn the lights on at any given time? Nah, nope. Interesting. Nothing to say, as you should. As Crow Boys are nothing to say. Look at that. Not only is the screen basically producing a beautiful image, but it's getting brighter on the screen as the video plays. And through the entire time of the video, I never turn my lights out. Oh, what for? It make a difference. That area is so well lit. That area is so well lit. I never had to turn my lights out to show you how amazing the screen looks. Never, not one time. There you go. From beginning to end, lights stay on. But yet, in your demonstration, even you said challenge passed. No, Crow, your challenge was not passed. Do the challenge again today. Go down to Home Depot as we requested. Go down and pick up a gallon of white paint. Go pick up a quart of, it'll make a different kind of paint. You get a quart of black paint. Make your product matched against your screen. Show your customers that they're not buying black and white paint at the end of the day. And please, in the demonstration, keep the lights on for goodness sakes. Because, man, you should show the screen off how it is. It's washed out, it's faded. We want to see if someone takes black and white paint and if they're able to match your product, number one. And number two, if they're going to get the same reaction with the lights on. You can do lights off. You can do lights off in that one too, because I want to see that too. So that's what you need to do. You need to do that. That's very important. But you break down my video. You show me where bottom line is. Just see if we can break this one down outside. What about the one outside? When we break this down, do we see anything? That's why we like doing outside demonstrations. There's no way to get around that thing. Where in the video how can we break this down? What are we doing in the video that's wrong? I'm giving y'all a chance to explain what's wrong in my video right here. Anything blocking my screen from any light at all whatsoever? I even had somebody saying because my screen was under my deck that it was under the shade. That is a 1,000-watt light system under my deck right now. That's pushing light right down on top of my screen. Why it's outside and all that light? Did you see that? Yeah, it's a light. It's a 1,000 light unit. Under my screen, pushing light on top of it at the same time while sitting outside in the ambient light. So you break down my video and show me my video. Maybe the screen's coming too dark, maybe? That could be it. Maybe that could be it. Maybe the screen's coming up too dark. I'm 27 feet back and I can see that. Maybe it doesn't pull up a high enough white level. Well, there we are. We're just playing a snow level at 190-degree viewing angle. Maybe the screen's too small. That's a 180-inch screen. Maybe my projectors are brand new top-of-the-line models. Nope, those are Christie projectors that were discontinued in 2014. Those projectors are old. They're relics. Maybe it's because I got 5,000 lumens. Well, we're 27 feet away from the environment, from the screen. It's around 4 o'clock in the evening. I doubt 5,000 lumens is making contact with that screen. Maybe projectors are sitting too close. No, again, 27 feet away. Okay then. Yeah, his product is a waste of time. Until he does a demonstration, you bought black and white paint, people. Well, that's what you'll have, black and white paint. Let me see. Real quick, get out of here real quick. I got this work to do today. Final AR Phantom. Let me see. Changing out with the containers. Another demonstration outside. Another demonstration outside. Let's break this one down for you. We're giving you a chance, open mic. Let's break my video down right here. Let's see. This was a live demonstration. So when I have people saying, well, it's camera tricks, well, we got videos for you too on that one. I made special videos for you for that. There's 3 of them we made for you. I have a camera recording me live as I'm doing live, showing me changing my camera settings. They're all the same. So we made 3 of those videos for you for that one. So break this one down for me. Where are we escaping? And in this video, at any given time, is Mr. Bird dodging any light? Now, mind you, this individual couldn't pull a decent contrast level in an apartment, and we're outside at a 150-inch screen. We did this one at 551. Maybe my windows are blocked. Maybe that could be it. Maybe outside my windows could be possibly blocked. Maybe the walls might be in the way. Maybe the roof. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Just putting it out there. I'm just trying to see if we have something, if we're blocking or dodging any ambient light while we're outside. This is how you're supposed to do demonstrations, Jamie. At the end of the day, this is how you're supposed to. You got to back your product. This is what you're supposed to be doing, displaying images like this. That's why I laugh when you do these demonstrations of a so-called Black Phoenix is supposed to be our product, but yet this is a Black Phoenix outside. Any customer with any common sense would come in and look at this video like, oh, wait a minute, that's a what? That's a Black Phoenix outside. They can tell that your demonstrations are fake right from the door. So how is it possible? You got this little tiny square sheet that's supposed to be a Black Phoenix, but we got a 150-inch outside that's doing this. Yeah. And then we can show you how you fix the demonstrations, because if you take black paint and you stick it against a Phoenix, well, it basically, Phoenix can pull a higher white level, which we've done that multiple times in the basement. But you have yet to back up your product, whether or not, if it is at the end of the day, nothing more than everyday black and white house paint, which you have avoided again during the demonstration when I requested this yesterday for you to do this. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. The same way when you came out of Home Depot with the bare silver screen, the same way, but except for this time you're going to put black paint in it to see if it matches. See right there? This is where I wrote the word Ken in my screen in black paint. You have to do those demonstrations. You're not excused from that. Look, there it is. There is black paint versus our product down there. You got it. You have to do those demonstrations, CROW. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I know you don't want to do them. I know you want to avoid it as much as possible. But at the end of the day, either you do the demonstrations or people need to start following a fraud charge against you at the end of the day with the Better Business Bureau, because you can't prove that your product is not a black and white paint. You have to be to back that up. See this right here? That's black paint. See right here? That's a phantom. See right there? That's gray screen paint. You have to be to back it up. Let's see if we can find real quick before I leave out here. I want to find the demonstration where we made our own black mixes for our own screen. This is something he was supposed to be doing, but again, like I said, he's not going to do it, because like I said, the way those colors were blending so well together, oh man, if he does that, man, he is done. He is freaking going to be done. And he's never going to do it. He's going to avoid it at all costs. You're going to see all kinds of stuff pop up on his channel. He's not going to do it. Let me see. Oh, this right here was unbelievable. I still can't believe he even posted this to begin with. Like, what were you thinking when you posted this one? Yeah, this demonstration, this screen right here, not even being black. Mind, this is supposed to be his black mix, and this is darker than his own mix right here. This is a UV. UVs are dark. I don't know what he's trying to tell you guys with a UV, but that's not a UV. This was actually crazy. So bottom line, his own screen actually blew out his own screen, and that it was like this gray mix he made or whatever was supposed to be passable for black or something it was supposed to be. And it basically blew out the Cinemax. It produced better color and contrast. Look at this right here. So that's supposed to be this mix he made. It was supposed to be black. Now, Jamie, you do know that when you have a product that's claiming to be black, you know that even the areas that's not being hit with the projector will still remain black. This is what I noticed in your demonstration. You see this right here? See how your speakers are black right here? They don't even match your screen. That's how we knew. Well, look, if I'm such a scammer, right? If I'm such a scammer, where's the demonstrations of him matching his product with everyday black and white paint? Where is it? Where are the demonstrations? Can you explain? This is a person just came in a few minutes ago by the name of something Last Saying God. Explain to me, where's the tests? Where's the demonstrations? Where are they? I'm asking you a question. Where of multiple cameras, we did that demonstration already, but I'm asking you a question. Where are the tests on the black and white paint? Where is it? Where is it? Can you explain to me where it's at? I'm asking you a simple question. Where is it? I'm not asking you that. I asked you a simple question. You call me a scammer, right? I'm asking you a simple question. Where is it? Where's the demonstration on we asked for? What's the difference between his product and black and white paint? What's the difference? Can you tell me? I'm asking you a simple question. What's the difference? Now look, he's not saying anything. He left the room. What is the difference? That's Crow. Oh, it's definitely Crow. Crow, I'm gonna ask you a question real quick since you're in here. What's the difference? Can you explain this video for me right here? Can you explain this to me from right here? I'm gonna ask you a question. Show me this right here. And can you explain this one right here? What's this video right here, Crow? Explain this video to me right here. Now I want to ask you a question. What's this right here? What's this? Tell me what this is. Is this your video? That's your video right there. Can you tell me why? Can you make this product? I want you to make this product right here. I want you to make this. Can you make this right here and put it against your screen? I'm asking you right now, today. I'm asking you. Okay, everybody, so y'all know, Crow has agreed to make this product right here. This is the black and white mix. This is what we use to make his product over here. To make his screen paint mixes, this is what we use right here. This is the video he deleted off his account. He has agreed to make this today and do a side-by-side demonstration on his product, showing that there's no difference. And while you're at it, look, if you're going to do that, we got a list of ingredients we want you to do. So we got some with 4, we got some with 5, and we got some with 2. Are you willing to make them today? And do a side-by-side demonstration to show that you're not scamming people? I'm asking you. Can you do the demonstration today? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm asking you. Yes or no? So we got Crow in the room right now with talking trash, and all he's saying that I'm a scammer, but I'm asking you a simple question. Can you do the demonstration for us? Can you do the demonstration as we asked? That's all I'm asking. Can you do the demonstration? Because you got your ingredients right up here. This is a video that went missing off your account. Can you do that for us today? I'm asking you. Look, I'm asking you. I'm not a Christian. So bottom line is you come out and you slander my product. You say it's black paint. You say it's this, that, and the other. You make nasty memes about me, all kinds of stuff. You call me racial slurs. And I'm not supposed to be a Christian because I'm defending myself, because I'm showing a video of you clearly scamming your customers. You're a thief, man. Your products are matching black and white paint. We have a ton of your products over here that we made out of black and white paint. So I'm asking you today, can you back up your demonstration? All we want you to do is make this product right here. It's all we want you to do, and put it against your own product. That's all we're asking you to do. And as you can see, look at the messages coming across. He is not basically answering me back. He's getting hostile. And that's usually what most people will do. When they're caught in something, they will get very, very hostile. And this is what he's doing. I'm asking you right there. That is your house right there. That's your apartment right there, right? We need you to make this today. Since we got you in the room right now, I need you to make this today, okay? So Crow is going to make, CROW1176, Jamie Gonzalez, it's going to make this today. Not only, if you do me a favor, can you make several of them while you're at it. We need one with 2 tablespoons, 3, 5. Oh, and do one with 10 if you can. That would be nice. And if you can put those against your product, the same demonstrations that you have, if you can put that out there for us, it would be no problem for you to do that. Because, I've done it against my own product, just to let you know that I went out and I did those different forms of products myself, different black ones and, black paint. We did black vinyl and t-shirts and stuff like that. Put it against our own screens. So we're wondering, since you did skip that in your demonstration, if it's possible, if you can go do that for us, as soon as possible. I know it's a shame because, like I said, his insult, that's all he has. I'm asking you as a professional, can you do this demonstration for us? Crow, you have to understand, at the end of the day, I'm a professional. That stuff don't bother me. Only little kids talk like that. I'm a grown man. I'm 54 years old. Well, I know when I go back and say something, the way you talk and everything in the channel, that's a child does that. Kids do that when they get on the offensive. I'm asking you to make this paint today. That's all I'm asking you. Back your product. Be a professional. For the first time in your life, be a man. Remember when you addressed to me how you canceled all the orders because you were scared your products want to come here? Well, you're saying I'm scamming people. Well, I'm asking you to make this. Make the product. That's all I'm asking you to do. Can you make it? Nah, he ain't gonna make it. Crow, let me show you something that your screens can do. Because you don't do any outside demonstrations, and I've seen your outside demonstrations. They're really, really bad. I mean, if you're having a problem with pulling up an image inside. Oh, shoot, I keep forgetting I'm going. You don't do this in your house. No, I forgot. You can't go downstairs. See this? Look. This is my, no, Crow. Look at this. Look. I want you to see this. Look. That's my screen sitting on top of my ceiling right now. Look at this. That's not even a P2. That's not even a P2 projector right there. That's a $60 projector I got off eBay. Didn't even have to spend all that money. And I can still produce an image better in my environment than you can produce in yours, and you got to be in the dark. Let's look at the screen on the ceiling. You could do all the insults in the world don't do anything. It does. How does that bother me in any way? If you give me insults, why would that bother me? Oh, you think if you tell me stuff like this, it's going to make me angry and upset? What am I, like 5? I'm a grown man. Why in the world would I be would that bother me at all? Back it up. That's all you got to do is back it up. Do the demonstration as we requested and back it up. That's all you got to do. Just back it up. You can call me all the names you want in the world. That don't mean nothing to me. It's not going to bother me. Back it up. Show me what you can do. I want you to go do what I asked you to do. Take that paint, go and buy yourself some white paint, make your mixes, and show that try to show there's a difference between the two. Can you do that for us today? That's all we're asking. I understand you're frustrated. I understand you're angry. I understand you're backed yourself into a corner. We all know that. You can see the frustration, the way you're cursing and you're saying nasty things about me. I can see you're very upset. You want a hug? Are you okay? Because that's all I'm asking you to do is just go in and just do the demonstration. That's all. See how easy it is for me to do this? It's easy. It's very easy to do. See? You see the size? Look at my screen. Look at the size of my screen, man. That's all I'm asking you to do. You're coming in, you're getting all frustrated and angry and so angry. Just do the demonstration. Look at this. Look at the angle gain on the screen on a $60 projector. You can't even do that. How much did you pay for that thing? You paid what? I think you paid like $3,000-$4,000. That was probably a very good expensive projector. And you got to be in the dark with it all the time. Isn't that a shame? Well, let's stand over here. I want to watch my screen here and here at the same time while I watch the next one in the next room. Do you do demonstrate? You don't do any demonstrations like this at all. Look, this is what we're requesting for the individual. He came in the room. He's very frustrated, very angry. Crow comes in and changes his YouTube accounts quite often. So he'll pop in here and he'll rant and carry on. He's expecting for me to get into an argument with him, but I don't because I'm 54. I'm a grown man. If you're going to back something up, back it up. I mean, I've heard people talk trash from sun up to sundown, and they just can't seem to back it up. Back it up. Because you can call me this, you can call me that. What am I going to do? I'm going to get upset and whine and cry and whatever? Please, give me a break. Like I said, in order to be in this business, you have to have very, very, very tough skin. You have to be to deal with the nonsense, the trolls, the haters. People are going to be jealous of what you do. You got to deal with that. So, that's what you're going to do. And you have to deal with that in anything. Whether if you're in business or whether or not you're at your job and you're doing the best at your job, you're going to have coworkers going to rank on you, so you're brown nose and whatever, because you want to climb up a little higher on the ladder. You're always going to have somebody, even a neighbor, if you have a better lawn than they do or something better than them, you're always going to have that one individual. At the end of the day, it's going to be hating on you for no reason whatsoever. And when you tell them to back it up, these are the same people that will look at you and just come at you with insults and curse words because they can't back it up. This is all they have. They can't. So, as I said before, your demonstration, Jamie, is a complete fail. We clearly asked you to go in and do a demonstration making several great products using the demonstration tutorial that you deleted off your account. Taking those products, matching it against your products to show that there is a difference than the customer going out and doing it themselves. And you failed to do this multiple times. You come onto my channel here calling me a scammer, but there's a video of you making black and white paint. That is actually called Metallica Mix 2.0, which is something that you sold on your website for quite some time. We have deleted videos from you, deleted eBay accounts, canceled orders from you. There's all kinds of stuff on you. But you were asked to do this particular demonstration. Now, if you're going to tell me that my product is black paint at the end of the day, or it's this, that, and the other, that I need to do this and need to do that, and I go out and do it, then how come you can't do it? What's the problem there? Arms broke? Brain ain't functioning today? What's going on? So I went out, I made several black products, which I have downstairs. I've done the test on multiple occasions, even with the black paint, with no problem whatsoever. But when it's asked upon you to do the exact same demonstration, it's met by insults, acting like a small child. And you call yourself a professional? Well, you would never make it in this industry whatsoever. Not even on any level, you would never make it. Because the minute someone would come along to challenge your product, you would go into the defense mode. So do the demonstration today, again, as requested. I have work to do. I have a new screen paint we're going to be actually doing today. We're doing some demonstration today, but you need to do the demonstration. No side-by-side with your own products, because even that was a complete fail from the door. That was a complete fail from the door. So no side-by-sides against your own stuff. The customer needs to see if there is going to be a difference if they make it themselves. How close does your product come to matching everyday household paint? And that's what you need to do. So do the demonstration. I'm going to put you in a timeout for right now because I think you're a little bit fussy right now and you need to calm down. I'm going to put you in a timeout. Okay, we'll put him in the corner for a bit. Let him suck on that binky for a bit so he can think about exactly what he needs to do in his next demonstration. That was Crow in the room carrying on, by the way. He comes in from time to time, just ranting and carrying on after we break down one of his videos. I don't think he understood. I think he did understand. I explained to crystal clear. I don't know how much crystal clear I can get when I tell you that you have to do a demonstration showing that your customers are not buying black and white paint at the end of the day. I don't know why you would do a demonstration of you matching your own product showing that there's a difference. Doesn't that kind of leave out the whole entire thing about still at the end of the day, the customer still has to know if your product is black and white paint? And you avoided the fact that you avoided it and did that demonstration by itself clearly shows that you are guilty and your product doesn't work. And meanwhile, he's in there insulted me and saying I'm a scammer, but I'm sitting here in a live stream and you're watching my screen here on a $60 projector. You're watching my screen up on the ceiling with the ceiling light on, not in the dark. And then you can see my screen all the way over there with all the light in the environment. But yet, I'm the one that's being dishonest to customers. Interesting. I'm the one that yesterday did a demonstration against the gunmetal black slate. Did you see that demonstration? That screen knocked out all those certified screens in no time at all. I was tired on camera, but pushed through, got it done. Even did low lumen, the whole 9 yards. He doesn't do tests like that. His test for his final, I think, Metallica mix was doing a demonstration in a poorly lit environment. And meanwhile, my screens are outside at 13 feet away on 1,000 lumens, and I got to pull up a 190-degree viewing angle outside. Now look at Mr. Sharkey right here. And if you notice, look at this. No discoloration. Even up on the ceiling, no discoloration. But okay, we'll put him in a timeout. Let's see, like I said, you know, calling me names and saying nasty things about me, making nasty memes about me, that stuff doesn't bother me. It's business. This is what people do in business. It shows you the difference between the professionals and basically people that are not professional. People that have something to hide, people that can't basically back up their products will result to insults in the way they carry on and act up. That sort of result. People that can back it up, professionals, well, they do stuff like this. This is what we do, because we can back it up. So let's see if today, if he does the demonstration, if he's able to show the difference between his product and everyday black and white paint. Let's see if we can get that demonstration today. Or if we get another smoke screen from him. So let's see what we get. But I don't know how in the world you're calling people scammers, and there's a video right here of you making the product in your home. How about you make this product right here and put it against your own product? And let's see how close it comes up. It's clearly your video. It's clearly your dining room. And that's you in the video. And for some reason, this video doesn't exist anywhere on YouTube. Where did it go? What happened to it? See? So, what is the customer buying? Is the customer really getting a real screen paint from you, or at the end of the day, did they just buy black and white paint? And until you do those demonstrations, that's what you are. You're a fraud. You have to back it up. Judging by, like I said, what I saw in the demonstration with the side-by-side to his products, whoo, man, you don't even want to know what's going through my hair right now. It's bad. It is really bad for him. It's really bad. If there was something where, if his products were side-by-side and there was like a huge difference between each one, that would be harder to be able to read thinking that was black and white paint. If each one had something like a real heavy difference between each one. But the fact that they blended that close to each other shows that, man, if you would have taken any kind of gray paint and put it up there, it'd have blended too with no problem. That's what came up from what I saw in the demonstration. That's why I said, oh, this is bad. This is really, really, really bad. You should, I don't even know what you were thinking. Yeah, I wouldn't have even posted that to begin with. Yeah, that is really bad. Any gray paint would match that. You wouldn't even have to put in black paint, because the fact that when he did the bare silver screen, like I said, he had to be a finger's distance from the screen to show you the difference. You stand back, you wouldn't be able to tell one from the other. And the only difference from the bare silver screen and the personal is the bare silver screen didn't have any black paint in it, but the personal did. So even if you had dropped that 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of black paint into that, it would have matched the screen. It was only off by a small margin, which what I saw in the demonstration, each one of those products were off by a slight little difference. Any gray paint thrown in that mix would have matched. And that's what he's frustrated about. That's what he's angry about. Oh, man. I got to go paint me a screen today. I got to paint a motorized projection screen. But yeah, you want to go around calling people scammers, but at the end of the day, that is your video, that is your demonstration, and you have yet to do that test yet that we have requested. And until you do the test, you bottom boy, or you're scamming your customers. And they need to go back, they need to try to get their money back or something, because at the end of the day, you can't back it up. And that's what you're being requested to do. So I don't know what the problem is. Why is there such a, why are we having such a hard time getting you just to do that demonstration? What's the problem? So all we're asking you to do. Simple and plain, man. Just do the demonstration. See right here? This is me right here. This is me in a demonstration right here. These are my black products I made for myself, Jamie. See them? I made these myself for my own product. See right here? See that black paint in that container? This is me doing this to my own screen. Now, if I can do this to my own screen and back my product, where are your tests? Where's the test at? No, he's back again. He got a new account, back in timeout. Bye-bye, Jamie, until you do the demonstration. Where's your test? Look at this. Now, if I could do that in a live stream, not only did I do that in a live stream, I made several black mixes in a live stream, put them up against my screen. This is what we asked them to do. We asked them to make several gray mixes. You see me doing it to myself right here in the demonstration. Painted the screen in, right there, black paint against my own screen. Now, if I could do this and back my product, where's yours? Where's your test? Where are they at? You talk all this trash, man, and you can't back up your products. See right there? Those are the 3 black screen paint mixes I made on live for everybody to watch me make them. Painted them down, each one of them, on United States postal boxes and put them against my screen to show the difference of the Phantom black technology versus black paint. Where's your test at? Where's your demonstrations? Can you back your product? I can back mine. I'm going to take this video link right here. Boom, boom. We're going to put this one at the bottom of the video we're doing here, so y'all can check that out for yourself, of me doing that to my own screen. I'm not going to come in there and give somebody a challenge if I'm not going to do the challenge myself. And this is the challenge that you avoided. And you got a nerve to come on camera and tell me, oh, challenge. You didn't finish jack, man. Go and make that paint. That's what you need to do. Go make your paint. There's a link right there. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to make that active now. As a matter of fact, I need to go do something real quick while we're in here. So we're going to make that active now, right there. So now you can go in and you can click on that link and see that demonstration of me making those products and putting them against my own screen. Something that he refuses to do. So we're the scammers, but we're the ones that are doing demonstrations outside in all these different environments and doing test level demonstrations that you don't even do at all to begin with. And the very same thing that we ask you to do is to test your product against other great products you don't even do either. Because you know darn well, if you take any kind of black and white paint, it's going to match your screen. That's why you came up with the ingenious idea of basically putting your own products against your own products. Hello? I'm sorry, but that doesn't work. You're still not doing the challenge, which you're supposed to be doing. So just go back and do it. You coming in here and calling me a scammer and all that stuff, I mean, people can clearly see that you're upset and angry by the way you're ranting and carrying on in the room. They can see that. But all I'm asking you is to do the same thing over and over again. And this is something you're refusing to do. So there's a red flag there for you. And yet Mr. Bird can come in and go, hey, look, we're going to do this today. We're going to put that against the screen, but this against the screen, so and so and so. There you go. I can back mine up. Let's go over here. Let me see. Oh, we disabled this already. Okay, I'm going to go back over here real quick. Right here. So let's see if he does it today. Let's see if he does it today, or he goes in and it comes up with another smoke screen demonstration of him doing something completely different than what we requested. So it's simple and plain, Jamie. I'm going to explain this to you again, one more time. All you have to do, simple, listen carefully so we don't have any more of these dumb, stupid demonstrations I just went through a few minutes ago. Just think and understand what I'm telling you. I'm trying to be real nice here. I'm about a stone throw away of going upstairs in my attic and getting sock puppets. So look, go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's. Doesn't make a difference where you go. Go to Sherwin-Williams. Go get yourself some white paint. Go get yourself some black paint. You put in 2 tablespoons in one, put in 3, 4, it doesn't make a difference. Mix it up. Have a smorgasbord, mix it up. I want you to take that paint, I want you to stick it against your screen, and I want you to do the demonstrations in solid colors, blues, greens. Then you can throw the rest of your stuff in. It really doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. I want you to do that with the lights on and the lights off. We need to see a huge difference. Not a little bump in the road like we saw with your screen paints that are all matching each other, which is pretty freaky as I don't know what. That shows at the end of the day, it's basically not with black and white paints, less or more. But a huge difference. That's what we need to see. See that right there? See that elite screen right there? That's the Elite Yardmaster leaning against one of our inflatable screens. You see the difference between that? That's what we need to see. Between night and day, a huge difference. Not something blending in where you can't tell one from the other. It has to look like that, night and day, when you display those red levels. When you display solid blues and greens and so forth, you have to be a distance away from the projector, and you have to show a difference between night and day. We don't want anything blending into each other. This is what you have to do. Night and day. That's how big the difference has to be. Now, let's see if he gets that done. Let's see if he does it. Or bottom line, if we get another smoke screen video of him doing something else stupid for the end of the day. Let me see. Somebody did. Well, look, I understand you're upset, buddy, but, I'm not going to entertain you. Don't come in here ranting and carrying on. Just go and do what you're supposed to do. That's all. Why are you in here talking? You should be getting set up for your next demonstration, which is what you're supposed to be doing today. So let's see, people. Is Jamie, aka CROW1176, is going to do the proper demonstration of taking black and white paint and matching it against his products that he showed in the last video demonstration. Because clearly it's not what we requested. Now, if we have to do these tests ourselves, why should he be excluded out of them? What makes him so special that he doesn't have to do these tests too? So at the end of the day, it questions, what are you really buying at the end of the day? Can you yourself just go down to Home Depot and Lowe's and make these products yourself? Or is there something special about his product that makes it unique than anyone else's? And this is what he has to be to prove to you. The fact that we have to go through this with him coming in the rooms with the rants and the cursing and the carrying on and all the other stuff he does clearly shows this is a person that has something to hide. That's all we're asking you to do. You don't have to go outside, just do the demonstration. That's all you got to do. And you're just fighting this. Yeah, it was very angry and visual. Just do the demonstration. That's it. You can call me this, whatever you want. That doesn't bother me. I can just back it up. Do what you're supposed to do. That's all I'm asking you to do. That's where we painted the screen on that one. And we did that live. We did that paint on black demonstration all live so people can see from the door. This is where we made a majority of them from here in this video right here. We made a bunch of them. This is where we did the demonstration with the screen versus this products right there. There you go. This is where we made all of them on that day. Look at it. We made just about everything. It was very easy to do. That shows you how dark the mix that we made for ourselves. Our mix is literally so dark. It's darker than this UV that we put against our screen. These are ones we made for ourselves. So we made several ones for ourselves to put against our own screens. Because you have, like I said, you have to be to do that. You have to be to show a difference between your product and if somebody else can duplicate it, and you have to do it. And sometimes you may not like the outcome of it all, but that's something you should have done to begin with. That's something that should have been done before the product should have been sold. So if you notice that when we do demonstration, our test demonstrations are completely different from his. we have to put our screens through a lot of craziness in order for them. And even after they go through all that stuff they got to go through with them certified screens, flipping in my hand, they're still not even done yet because they still have to produce outside. So screens have not even been taken outside. That's one of the ambient light projection tests that we do. A screen has to be the pool of outside. The Phoenix technology is extremely good. Like I said, the first time we hit it at 5 o'clock, I was just doing a projector setup. Usually we do them at 6. Now, when we do them at 6, we do them at 1,000 lumens. That's when we do the test at 1,000, only at 6 o'clock. And then we usually just keep it that way. You know, we set a projector up, we set it up at 6 because, you know, that's when the screen fired up on the test at 6 at 1,000. So I'm out there doing the setup and, you know, I'm thinking like, I'm just going to fire up the projectors and get them set up for the screen. And sure enough, them suckers popped on at around 5 o'clock. And I was like, what the freak? Yeah, because we never popped on projectors at 5 o'clock. Like I said, the screens were tested at 6. So that's when we fire them up at 6 o'clock. But no, that projector popped on at 5. And then we did another one that popped on at 4. I was like, well, that's interesting. So that's good to know. So now we have to go in and we have to go change things on the site because the screens popped up a whole lot earlier than I thought, which is fantastic. That's what the inflatable screen popped up at 4:53, crystal clear, at over 18 feet back. It was able to pull up, which is a good opportunity now from people we're doing business with because we got people that are using those inflatable screens as a form of, you know, for party entertainment. And the fact that they can get a screen to pop up at 4 o'clock means, bottom line, at the end of the day, you know, they can start the movie a lot earlier than waiting until 9 to 10, where most people at the end of the day go into a barbecue or just want to go home because they got to get up for work the next day or they just are tired to begin with. You know what happens at the end of a barbecue when you get done eating, man? You're just sluggish, like, you know, I just want to go home and just lay down. I'm tired. I don't want to sit here and watch some movie. Yeah, so it does. But if you can start that movie up a lot earlier, especially if you're doing it where you're making money, where you're basically renting them out, or, you know, you can start the movie a lot earlier, you know, and still maintain the image without it washing out or fading. But didn't realize that. So we find out something every time, something new about the technology. So bottom line is, you know, it's funny how people turn and say, well, oh, yeah, so you're not supposed to defend yourself because you're a Christian. I would really read the Bible if I were you. You know anything about David? David was a warrior. David killed a lot of people. I mean, God made him an amazing warrior. There's a couple of them in the Bible. Samson. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. God's people aren't meant to be messed with. That's all at the end of the day. And you talk all that nonsense. Read your Bible before you start running your mouth about how Christians are supposed to be someone that they're not supposed to fight back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And you read about Samson. We took the jaw. Oh yeah. I'm Crow. I'm that's what you coming in my room to. I'm scamming people, but yet you have yet to do this demonstration at all, period. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely doing all this stuff that I'm doing that you claim you're doing, but yet you're doing these fake demonstrations where you're not even doing exactly what we asked you to do. Even the sad thing about it is even his UV mix is not even matching the color of the paint and his video demonstration. He made it lighter so it could pick up a better white level. That's sad. Let him keep talking. Let him keep talking. I'm just show you what kind of individual. He's supposed to be a professional. And we come out and we do live demonstrations like this, but yet I'm the one that's basically scamming people. I'm doing a live demonstration. So you show me anywhere, Crow, break my video down. Show me anywhere in my video where we're scamming people. Simple and plain. We got screen, projector, outside, and we're live. So where? I don't have any windows or any walls or anything blocking my screen at all. It's just out there displaying. So where am I scamming anybody? Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a video of you making black and white paint for some reason doesn't exist on your channel anymore. It's gone. No one can find it at all. And you refuse to make the same product in the deleted video and put it against your own products. Look how angry he's getting. What? Wow. The view 109. Do you know what the viewing angle is? It's when you turn your camera to the side. That's what it is. And you have to pick the screen up on 190 viewing angle. Because some screens, which are ultra short though projectors, basically some screens have something called the narrow viewing cone effect. You know what a narrow viewing cone effect is? I've watched your demonstrations. You don't explain any of this stuff in your demonstrations. What's a narrow viewing cone effect? Right now, you asked me a question. What's the narrow view income effect? What's that? Waiting. Waiting. What's a narrow view income effect, Crow? Oh, you don't know what it is. Okay, then you need to be quiet. So he comes, he goes to the channel and asks me, what's a 190-degree viewing angle? You don't know what a narrow viewing comb effect is? You don't know what that is at all, period? So let me explain to you so you know that next time someone asks you these questions, you're not quiet. You can open your mouth and speak. The narrow viewing comb effect is basically when you're actually looking at a screen, you have to be right up in the front of it. If you lean to the left or to the right, that screen starts to come dark around the edges. This is something that's plagued by screens that have a kind of reflective surface. So that reflective surface, yes, it does produce a little brighter image on the screen, but one of the problems it has is the fact that when you're doing a narrow viewing cone effect, you have to be in center. Everything has to be in line with the screen. The projector, you have to be in the center. Like I said, if you move from here to here, it goes dark around the edges. It's called narrow viewing cone effect, which means you have to be in that narrow view in order to see it. If you go from out here to here, you have that problem that will pop up. But he didn't know what it was. Time out again. This is your penalty. You're going back in the corner. We got to put him back in the corner. I love when people talk about stuff they don't know about. So it's been straight. You make screen paint, but you don't even know basically what that means at all, period. At all, period. Well, let me see. You're telling me because a patent, this is where you are not a smart person at all. A patent has nothing to do with the performance of a product. It doesn't. It has something to do with protecting the product. That's all. So at the end of the day, somebody makes a product doesn't have a patent or a patent pending attached to it, that does not affect the performance of the product. That means the product is not protective. So before you come on my channel talking about things you don't know about, crack a book, you got a cell phone, Google it before you come on here so that way you don't get embarrassed. But that has nothing to do with the performance of the product at all, period. Next question. Because that's the funniest thing I've heard in my entire life. Oh, but you don't have a patent, so and so and so. So what you're saying is that Jamie's products are patent. That's what you're saying? They're all this stuff is copyrighted. Can you show me one copyright under any of his products? Any copyrights at all? Logos, anything with a copyright attached to it? I'm requesting a copyright. Can I see a copyright real quick? Oh, no copyrights. Okay, I thought so. But anyway, so you know that's what it is. It basically, a patent protects the product. It doesn't affect the performance of the product. Boy, I'm telling you, my goodness. I mean, I'm not trying to laugh at you, but really, you really thought that basically because if a person does or does not have a patent on their product, that basically affects the performance of the product? That's not too smart. What you need to do is you need to do that demonstration. Don't worry about what I have and what I don't have. What you need to do is do the demonstration today. And that's what we're going to be requesting. Can we see that demonstration? Show us the difference between your product and black and white paint. That's all you got to do. Why are you fighting this? You got an open mic, and I'm just asking you that one question, and you won't do it. So are we going to get that? The question is, are we going to get that demonstration today from Jamie? Is it going to happen? Are we going to get that black and white mix, multiple mixes on his products? Are we going to get that? Or are we basically going to get another smoke screen? Because matching your products against your product, you already exhausted that freaking area right there. So I don't know what you're going to do on that one. Maybe he's going to go on vacation. Maybe he's going to do some, I don't know, game review or something. But that's all I'm asking you. Because like I said, if we have to do it, then you should have to do it. So let me show you something right here, Jamie. See this right here? In this demonstration, I make several dark gray mixes and dark mixes to put against my own screen. This is what you were supposed to do. This is what Jamie was supposed to do. This is the demonstration supposed to do. This is the first challenge we gave him to do. So he was supposed to come on live, display it just like this, show the containers, show the black and white paint, and he was supposed to make the product and put this product against his own screen. This is what we requested him to do. As you can see, I will be doing this in the demonstration. And I will post this link below so you can check it out for yourself. So this is what he was supposed to do. This is what we've been requesting. This is what he's been avoiding. And in the last comment, he said challenge done. No, the challenge is not done because your challenge doesn't match mine. This is what you were supposed to do. That's like if someone said, hey, we got this cinnamon challenge, and you do something where you run around the block 10 times and say, ta-da, I did the same thing, challenge. No. You got to have a mouthful of cinnamon to do that one. Well, same thing here. If I'm going to come on here and show you a demonstration live of me making multiple dark products with different tables of, some had 5, some had 6, some had 2, one even had 1 in it, and I'm going to make these different mixes and paint these on the surface and put this against my screen, then guess what? You have to do the same thing too. Now, I can do this demonstration and show that it doesn't match our products in any way whatsoever, but for some reason, this is something you're avoiding at all costs. And I can see why now, because after seeing all your mixes together and seeing how close they are apart from each other, if you stuck anything on that, it would blend into your screen. And I'm pretty sure you did it behind closed doors. I'm pretty sure you tested this behind closed doors before you went on camera and realized that at the end of the day, your product matches everyday paint, and that's what it does. So this is what you're going to have to do today. I gave you this yesterday. We gave you this request yesterday. You avoided it. Every time we give you this, you avoid it. Look at this. This is me showing you how I'm making the dark mixes right there on my site, right there. So we're doing like, we're dropping it down to show you the different levels, which one, how dark they are from light to dark. So you can see that they're all different shades. Now I'll post that. You can watch it. Jamie, you can be sure you can watch it. Knock yourself. Jamie's actually one of our top subscribers. Did you know that? I actually went in, someone showed me how to get access to who subscribes to my channel, and Jamie popped up. Jamie's actually one of our subscribers to our channel. If you notice that when they do like their Q&As and stuff, you would never see me in a Q&A. Why would I be in there to begin with? And I would be in a Q&A. There's nothing in there I would see that would be of interest to me to be in a Q&A where he does, because it's the same thing. We did that stuff 7 years ago on gray screen paint products, but you will find them in here. You will all then find them in here because they're always curious what I'm doing, or what I'm designing, or what I'm making. You know, they're obsessed with me. So we don't go in there with them. So there you go. You can watch me there making the product. Well, each one, we made 2 of them. And then I came back and I made an even darker one. I made one basically with just 1 tablespoon of white paint into black paint. So this is what they call the reverse. So usually when someone's making like a dark product like this right here, it's pointless. Like you got 2 of these, right? So you got the light product and you got the dark product. It's pointless to start off with a white base first, because if you start out with a white base first, you're going to have to dump a ton of black paint into it to get it to change over to this color. So the fastest way to get it to change over, and also to maintain your resources, without spending all your resources and money if you're selling this stuff, is to basically start off with the base being black first and using the white as a toner. That way, you know, you're not using a ton of paint, and the product's already dark. You just have to lighten it up by how much white paint you put into it, as I'm showing you right there. See how upset he's getting right there? Because yeah, he knows that we know how to make his products, but that's what happens from there. So that's how they do it. So that's how the UV mix was done. That's how we figured out how the UV mix was done. We did the UV mix. I started off with 5 when I was looking at it, because my intentions at the end of the day weren't to go in and basically make the product. My intentions were to see how close I could come to the product. Unfortunately, we matched them perfectly with no problem. So we found out that the UV mix was actually 6 tablespoons of white paint, and that's what made the UV mix. Now, the Metallica mix, the first time we did it by the video. We did it at around 2. We did it at 2 tablespoons as he did in the video, but this time around we did 10. What would happen if we just do a crazy 10 in there? What would happen? First, I was going to do 6, but I decided to go with the max it out as high as we could. So I did 10, and surprisingly, it matched the Metallica mix and about 90% of the personal mix with no problem. So then when we did the personal mix, we needed an exact perfect match of the personal mix. We started off with 2. And it was too light. Then we started off with 3, not good enough. And then 4 was the magic number. So 4 basically matched the personal mix with no problem. So it was like 4 tablespoons of white paint into, black paint into white paint. But we used his tutorial video on how to do it. We just added more or less. That's all we did. So that's what we're requesting from him. We're requesting that he does a demonstration doing the same thing we did. And that's why we had the ingredients posted below. But every time we come on there, every time he does a demonstration, he does something completely different that has nothing to do with what we requested, which clearly shows at the end of the day, he can't back his product. So that's how dark they are right there, shaking them up to show you how dark the products are that we're making to put against our own screen. These are the different colors we have right there, the different stages on putting more or less white paint into black paint to get these more darker mixes to put against our screen. All right, so because this is a long demonstration, it's a pretty long one. So we got all the mixes done one by one. We are going to be, let me see from here if we can go from here. There we go. So now we're painting them onto the surface one by one. That's how we have our sample sheets downstairs. Paint it to the surface right there. Show you the color of each one. And tell me that doesn't look like a UV right there. It looks a lot like a UV, but a UV is different. UV is 6. The UV came in at 6. So those are several ones we did. And then going downstairs, got the meter test, there we go. Now that big screen right there is the UV we did in the demonstration. We were matching the UV mix. That's the one we were able to match with 6 tablespoons of white paint. And this is what we put against our own screen. So at the top, the motorized projection screen is a Phoenix, and that is the UV mix right there, which interesting, which I found really weird about that product is the fact that it's not black, it's gray. As you can see, it's a very, very dark gray right there. But as I said before, it can't produce a contrast level next to a black screen, which is, because it's gray. But the thing about it, with it being gray, you would think it would have the ability to be able to produce a much higher white level, but that's not the case. That's why when you look at the demonstration, you will notice that the UV mix is much lighter in this demonstration that he's doing now than what we have here in the container. So that way it can produce a higher white level when next to a gray screen, and it doesn't come off too dark as we displayed in our demonstration. See, Crow, we know all your tricks, man. We know all the dirty stuff you do. So here we go right here. These are the screens we painted down in the kitchen right there. These are the mixes that we made right there. And that right there behind it is a white screen. We always have a white screen present anytime we're doing black screens, because another thing too, you have to be to show your white levels versus a white screen versus on a darker products to show that your product is pulling up the higher white level. Here comes the capital letters. Hey, yeah, dude, calm down. Save a little time. You just, so many caps, man, so many caps. Use some of them lower cases next time. Give them a chance, okay? All right, time out. Bye-bye. See how upset they're getting? Because, yeah, they already know. But anyway, see how it's going down? See how bottom line our screen is producing a much higher white level than the black paint or different black mixes right there. And these are tests were all done live. So like I said, this is what he has to do. This is what we've requested him to do. This is the actual challenge that Jamie was supposed to do, but he came on and did something completely different. He put his own mixes against his own mixes. You're not supposed to do that. Here's my screen right there. Mind you, that's the Phoenix we have downstairs that he claims that is supposed to be that dark screen he has in his demonstration. You know, you gotta stop lying so much, man. You really do. There you go. See? You gotta stop lying so much, man. See, that's what I said. I can come in and back up my work with no problem. It's easy for me because I test my products. But, you know, this is what we've requested for you to do. And you just really don't want to do this test at all. And the reason why you don't want to do this test, because at the end of the day, like I said, your product is what it is. It's black and white paint. And I'm calling it as black and white paint until you do the test. So you watch me, I'll put the link below so you can watch the video. You watch me come on camera. You watch me make several dark mixed products. And then you watch me put them against my screen. That's what you're supposed to do. And you're supposed to show a huge difference. You see the huge difference between my screen and this black paint up here? All right, then. See, there you go. That's what you have to do. That's what he has to do. So everybody has an understanding. I'm going to put the link at the bottom. This is exactly what he's supposed to do. We don't want to see paints versus your own paints. Make those mixes, put them against your product, show a huge difference. I did that in the dark. And I can show you a huge, massive difference between that black paint on a white level versus that technology right there. We don't want to see a little bump. And if you notice, I didn't have to be a finger distance from the screen to show you, look right there. Look, so no, we do that at a distance. You should be able to see that from a distance easily. If you have to be that close to the screen, there's a problem there. There's a huge problem there. Yeah, screen is, yeah, okay. But like I said, we'll see if he does it. I doubt he's going to do it. Like I said, you know, for him, it'll be committing suicide, and it would be. Because like I said, already, I've never seen all of them. Now, usually when he does his mixes, I've never seen all of them all together like that. After what I just saw on that display, and they're that close together, they actually can blend together that close. There's really no difference between the two of them. Oh yeah, if you put any gray paint up against that, man, it's gonna blend. It's gonna blend. It's definitely gonna blend. And you're talking about now you have to do multiple mixes. You're going to have to do some with 4 and 2. Oh, there's going to be some problems right there. He's not going to do that demonstration. He's going to avoid that at all costs. He's going to have to. And that's suicidal for him. That's definitely suicidal. He can't do that. But then at least you know at the end of the day what you're buying. You know? If you're getting a product or that's something you just get in your car, take the gas money, go down to Home Depot and just make it yourself. There you go. Yeah, for a screen that's supposed to be so dark you can see it. And not only did it outperform the white screen, look, he's just upset. Calm down. Look, calm down. We already did the whole thing with the camera settings. We did that already. We got videos for that. We've done that already. I know. Bottom line is you're desperate. You're desperate and you're trying your hardest, but we've done that already. You think about it. If I'm a person that's thorough to do demonstrations like this live, of me making other black products and putting it against my own screen. Yeah, we had that done already. I have 3 videos actually show me, and I'll post those 2 at the bottom too. We did those especially for the Crow Boy. So bottom line is they come up with all these excuses because they can't accept the technology is good. I've been accused of having gray screens that weren't black. There's a whole bunch of settings in my projector. What was the other ones? Yeah, my camera. I'm able to manipulate real time and space. That was the best one I've ever heard in my life. That I had special equipment in my house that allows me to be able to edit real time. Yeah. But anyway, let's move on from that weird theory. Then it was the camera settings. It's interesting how they come at me with all of this, right? But when we come back and says, hey, how about you do this? And how about you do this? And how about you do that challenge? We're met by middle fingers and insults. But when we're backing our products up. And meanwhile, like I said, all the while, you guys, these particular individuals are coming at me with this nonsense. Where's your demonstrations? So with all this nonsense you're talking about, at the end of the day, I think everybody here is want to see these demonstrations done with this black and white paint today. The Crow Boys, I gave them a challenge. That challenge when I was outside walking around and showing the snowstorm being the split of that giant screen, your challenge was you were supposed to post a link at the bottom showing your screen producing an image outside on a contrast level at around 4 something. I displayed the white level. Contrast in white level. All you had to do was take your screen, take it outside on that gray mix, take some black paint or whatever, and blend that black paint perfectly on a star field outside at 4 something. Where's your links? You weren't even out there. I was out there with no problem. Where were you? Oh, okay. Yeah, because you can't back it up. But y'all want to scream at me about how come I don't have this and how come I don't have that. Well, where's your stuff at? All right, then. I thought so. When I get off camera, I have a good laugh. I do. Because at the end of the day, I know y'all can't back y'all stuff. I know y'all can't back it. I can give y'all any challenge. I can give y'all challenges all month. Y'all couldn't back any of them up. But I can. I can come out there and do the very same challenge that I told you to do and do it 10 times even more harder than you would ever do and give you the easy one. And you would still fail. Like right now, if I tell you outside today, Starfield demonstration. We had to produce white snow only. You got to produce a Starfield demonstration outside. Can you do it? I can. Can you show the difference between your product and gray paint mixes? Other gray paint products that you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's? I can show the difference between my product and your product. I can fade and wash out your screen at the same time. Watch all the color just out of it and come back in and do a black mix and turn that screen dark where our screen will maintain its white levels with no problem whatsoever. Do that easy. But y'all can't back your products, man. And y'all want to come in here ranting at me and carrying on at me and being upset with me. Right now, I got a demonstration going on downstairs where I'm watching off my ceiling. Sorry, not wall, not in the dark, worrying about the light hitting my screen. I'm downstairs with my ceiling on, 150-inch with my ceiling lamp right in the center of my screen, and then my projector on the floor, which keep in mind, Jamie, at the end of the day, my screen is twice the size of the screen. My screen's 148 inches on a short throw projector that cost me $60, which I showed you in the demonstration we displayed that the color, we got to bring that video up. The color was so bad. I don't even know why would you post that? The color was so bad and so washed out on the image he was displaying. Oh my goodness. It just shows at the end of the day that you have to rely on that P2. You have no choice, because if you try to display anything else on it, that's why I tell people, when these companies use these big high-end projectors, and you're watching these demonstrations, you got to consider the fact that if your projector is not in the same caliber as that particular projector, you're not going to get the same results. They set the bar way too high. If somebody comes in with that $50,000 projector, there's no way in the world you're going to get that same result from that projector of what you got home. You got to have equal or higher.
That's why we use the low-end crappy projectors, because we can make those look good, then the rest of them are cakewalks. But if you start off with the bar being through the roof, then if you bring anything lower than what you've been using on that projector, it's going to look like crap. And that's what you just displayed in your demonstration. That screen looks like crap. The only way it looks good is you're going to have to be in the dark, which clearly you just showed your customers that they have to be in the dark in order to pull up a somewhat decent picture. This is why the customer who displayed on a leisure projector, it looked like crap. It looked the same way it did in your demonstration. It looked like crap. See? That looks like crap. Look how washed out and faded all this is right around here. That's all washed out. This is, I don't even know what this is supposed to be right here. Look how bad that is. That is absolutely horrible. So, and by their standards, as long as you can see an image, it doesn't have to be good. Does not have to be good. As long as you can see an image on the screen, they consider that to be passable. No, it's not passable. If that's the case, you know what I mean? Just go out and buy a white screen and be done with it. Now let me show you another mistake you made here. This right here is supposed to be, let me see. This is supposed to be your UV mix right here. This is the color of your UV mix. That's not matching your product right here. This is a UV mix right here. So we all know that your screen is just too light. You made it way too light right there for the demonstration. Yeah, that's a Phoenix. That's a Phoenix 19. Sure. And again, Phoenix 19s are black. That's actually a dark gray. But that's supposed to be a Phoenix 19. Your screen's gray. Phoenixes are black. They're about the same color as that. So that's how we know that's not our screen. See, that's what you gotta understand. We can break down those demonstrations so quick, so fast, it's not even funny. That's where he doesn't understand. He doesn't think. Yeah, Jamie, see, look, your screen is gray. The Phoenix is black. So that's how we know it's a dark gray screen. See right there? Buddy boy, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness, I swear this just could not get any more easier. Oh my goodness. We got to get a picture of that one. Zoom up on that one, get a picture of that one for the blacklist site. You display the screen, put it on top of the black speaker. It's not even matching the black speaker. Yeah. Crow, you do know that, okay, when we do the demonstration, right, on the white screen we have in the back where our screen comes down, that black border that goes around the side of that white screen matches my screen. The Phantom Phoenixes are dark. Phantom's much darker, but the Phantom, oh my goodness. Yeah, you clearly just displayed a gray screen. So yeah, I told you when I sat there and I saw the paint out demonstration, I just said to y'all on camera, that's a gray screen. It's not black. Well, where'd you get that from? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I swear. Couldn't make this up if I wanted to. That is just so sad. Did you have, wait. Was your whatchamacallit on the whole entire time? Hold on, let me look for a minute. Yes. Your P2 was on the whole entire time. And that image looked that bad on a P2? Oh, wow. Didn't even realize that. I thought for a minute you were using the 720p. Literally, people, I thought you were using the 720p because the image was really crappy. That came off a P2? You gotta be kidding me. That image came off, hold on. That image came off that bad off a P2? Good gracious. That is really bad. That's a short throw. You're literally sitting right up on top of your screen. Your image came out that bad? Dude, I got a freaking $60 projector downstairs on a screen that's twice, well, 3 times the size of your screen. And it, oh wow, you kidding me, dude? That's. I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to be professional. I didn't know this was on. I literally didn't know this was on. I thought he was using a 720p Epson. And then I look over and I see the light source from here. I'm thinking, that was coming off a P2? That image, that, oh, wow, man. Okay, we got several mistakes in here. Number one, this is not even black. This is actually a dark gray, number one. The UV mix is actually darker than the product that you're showing right here. Oh my goodness! Look at it. The UV mix is actually darker than the so-called fake. Oh my goodness! The so-called fake Phoenix. Then what makes it even worse? Your UV mix doesn't even match. You want to see the unboxing? I'm gonna show you the unboxing on the UV mix so you can see what it looks like when we got it from CROW when it was shipped over here from another customer. What it actually looks like, not the fake demonstration he has there. Oh my goodness, man. This is how we noticed when we was looking at the mix he was making called the Jet Black Fusion. And I was looking at his speakers like, this crap is not even matching his speakers. Like, yeah. All right, hold on for a minute. Hold on. We gotta go along this right here. Oh my goodness. I just can't believe that. Dude, seriously. I mean, didn't you think before you did? Wow, I guess you didn't think at all. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be professional about this, but man, I mean, I've never seen anybody do anything stupid in my life. That screen is dark gray. It's not even matching your freaking center speaker. Oh my goodness. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Man. He does remind me a little bit of Wile E. Coyote, he does. Wile E. Coyote. All right, so this right here is supposed to be the UB. That's the UB mix he's claiming right there. This is UB. This is the UB mix. Do you see this right here? Do you see the difference in the color here compared to here? That's supposed to be UB right there. This is actually the UB mix right here. So, like I said, if he had made it the original as we have it here in the container, that screen would have never pulled up next to white level. It would have came up extremely dark. So to make sure that he could maintain his white levels, he made it really light. Really, you don't think? You know how many of these you sold, CROW? How many of these you CROW? Somebody's probably sitting there like, wait, that's the freaking UB? Doesn't look like the one I have here in this container. Oh my goodness, man. Wile E. Coyote. I don't know what's more sadder than the fact that all these are showing up. Look at it. Contrast levels are poor. This is supposed to be jet black. So when sharp comes up, this is supposed to be bright red, and this is supposed to be jet black. This is washed out. This is not even contrast levels at all. I don't know if you can, this is not black, CROW. That's not black. Matter of fact, this is actually pulling up a darker contrast than the Cinemax over here, which is supposed to have claimed that it was supposed to be to pull a contrast level equal to a black screen. How's it even possible when it doesn't even come close to this right here, which is not even the UV mix altogether? Oh, let's move on. I want to see that one part in the demonstration where it was just so washed out. Look how dirty the color is coming up here. And this is supposed to be the CG8. That's what it's supposed to be. Look how dirty that color is coming up. That's really, really bad. That's really bad. That's not even showing. That's not even showing. Don't worry about, you need to go in, stop, you need to stop asking questions. Go and do the demonstrations. That's what you need to do. While I take apart your video real quick. This is horrible. You see how dirty that is? It looks tan. It looks actually tan on the snow. It looks like dirty snow. That looks really, really bad right there. So this is the white levels apparently. This is why I told you he didn't do a white level test. If you do a proper white level test on your products, this gives you a chance to go back and fix problems that may pop up. So if he had did a proper test on this, he would have realized that his white levels were coming up with a really dirty kind of tannish look to it. And that would have gave him the option to go back and fix that. That was just what you get in testing. When you launch a product without testing, then you run across stuff like this that will pop up. And that is really dirty. Look at this right here. That's even dirty right there. But that's the worst. I don't know what the freak that is. That is coming up tan. You ever seen a screen come up tan on a white level? That means it's probably tan. It could have some tan. It probably has tan paint in it. So yeah, it probably has some kind of tan painted or something, because that's the only thing that could get it to look like that. It has to have some kind of tan product in it. I don't know why you would even put that in to begin with. That's going to come out looking pretty bad. Let me see. Let's move on. I want to see this other part in this demonstration. Here, them all together. This one right here. This is the part I want to see. More often on that one. Let me see. That one right there. Now, I don't know why he's pointing to this, because that's why I said he pinpoints in one area, not realizing the damage he's doing to himself. Look all along this whole entire strip. Every last one of these are actually all matching together perfectly. The IB, personal, and hybrid, which tells me at the end of the day, these are actually a couple of tablespoons from each one. So one's going to have 4, one's going to have 3. We know the personal automatically is 4. We automatically know that from the door. We already get a perfect match from that one. So we know that's 4. So in between these two, these are probably ranging in the range of probably between 3 to 4. And then these three area right here, because they're not too far off from each other. Probably a couple of shades, that's basically about it. That's what we can get from that reading from the door. This is a fake. That's a fake screen paint. So that's not real at all, because that's not matching what we have over here. That's not an actual UB. And it's too light to be a UB mix. I don't know what's going on with this right here. This is really weird right here, because like I said, it came up tan. It's still having a kind of tannish look to it. You see right here? It's still, see where the buildings over here have a kind of gray look to them? They have a gray here and they have a gray here all across here. But right on this screen right here, it has this kind of tannish, yellowish look to it. Even down to the blues, all the way down to the blues. See right here on the top of the roof where it's blue? See right here? It's just got this kind of really eerie kind of tannish look to it. And then here he is explaining the colors right here. So as you can see, this is not UV at all, period. It's not even matching our containers at all. Yeah, this is couple. This is why he won't do this at all. He's not going to do this, because he puts that paint up there. It's going to match. It's definitely going to match. Let's see what else we got going on here. I want to see that one up close. Let me see, because the video doesn't last long with the lights on. He only does a little bit of it with the lights on, and then he switches over to the dark, which doesn't help you out. It doesn't help you at all, because it just shows at the end of the day, all your products are blending in together, and that's not good at all. Because if you came on there showing that each screen is different in its own way, and they have their own form of ID, but they're all blended in together, how do you explain to your customers that the benefits of each one, if they're all blending in so well together? How do you do that? See that right there? This is what I found really, really disturbing right here. Look how washed out this looks. This is on the P2. I thought, when I was looking at this, I thought it was the 720p Epson. That's what I thought it was. This is on a P2 projector. You know how expensive that machine is. That machine is supposed to have something like 2 million to 1, something contrast ratio. It has a 2 million to 1, and you can't pull it up. I explained that in videos so many times. I sat there and said, look, these gray screen paint products are obsolete. It's not worth your time. It doesn't make a difference if you have a projector with a high caliber contrast ratio. You're not going to see it. And he's using ultra short throw. He's sitting right up on top of the screen, which means his distance throw really doesn't exist. Where if I'm doing a demonstration with a projector at 18 feet back, keep in mind, my area where that projector is hitting at, there's a ton of ambient light triggering. You got sunlight pushing it back and forth on the screen. It's all white. It's bright in there. Everything in that area is all designed to basically kill ambient light. And yet that screen is still maintaining at 126 inches, the same size as my windows with no problem. But you're talking about an ultra short throw that the distance throw is nowhere near 18. And it's sitting right up on top of the screen. And your image looks that freaking bad. Now, I guess he wanted to do this up close because he wanted to show, like, look, this is the Phoenix. The problem I have, too, is why is this screen two different colors? We got, what is this right here? What's this discoloration here? And then we got something going on right here. What is that? So even your fake sample sheet doesn't even look right. Yeah, and then at that, the screen's coming up gray because you have it sitting on top of your center speakers and it's coming up gray, a dark gray, when your center speakers are coming up black. So the screen's not even black. It's actually a dark gray. Oh my goodness, this is so many. Oh, I got to put this on the forum site today. We're going to have we're going to have time with this. This is when they're going to have time breaking this thing down. It's so much going on. And then they're going to the first thing they're going to ask is what projector. That's a P2 being displayed in that video. That is really bad. Look how, what is this right here? Why is it so washed out right here? Now, like I said, even with the window lights on in the environment, his distance though is short. When you have, put it this way, when you have, like I said, one of the things people go through when they have projectors, that's why you can see people with the huge venue projectors or like something like 10,000, 20,000 lumens, because they got a screen that's 30 feet back. So they're doing some kind of show, and the projector's automatically 30 feet back, and they got all this commercial lighting in there. They know they have to start off with something really high powered with a lot of lumens because they're going to lose. Lumens are going to drop like crazy. They just have to have enough lumens to make it from A to B to hit the screen, and the screen has to have a certain amount of lumens to generate to produce a proper image to come back. They're not going to use all of 50,000 and all of 20,000. That's just put in there to basically to just figure out we're going to lose this much before we make it to A to B because we have this much light in the environment. So the farther the distance, the more powerful of lumen projectors you're going to have to get. That's why we do them at 1,000 lumens outside, because that shows how impressive the ambient light projection technology is. But in this case, his distance throw isn't there because he's using ultra short throw, which means he's right up on top of the screen, which this should not exist at all, period. He should not be having this problem here. The projector is perfectly fine. That's an amazing piece of equipment right there. The problem is that the paint can't give you what the projector is designed to allow you to see. That's the problem. Man. It should never look like this. This is really, really awful. That's really awful. And you're talking about this projector. Your projector is calibrated? You have that is a calibrated projector? That is really awful. Because I didn't realize when I was watching, I'm thinking it's the Epson. That's what I'm thinking, it's the Epson. Until when he leaned up on the screen and I saw the projector that was on, I was like, what the freak? That's a freaking P2? That looks like that? Are you kidding me? That's like me taking a 7,000 lumen Christie and that thing looking like that. That looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, that just tells you at the end of the day, that thing is not ultra. I mean, it's, I don't even know if you say it's ultra short throw compatible. It should never look this dirty. Let me show you something, Jamie. Let me show you something. All right. Let me show you something. All right, I want you to see something. You see how you got that P2 up there on your screen like this? Man, I swear, this is baffling, man. This is freaking baffling. Let me show you something right here. Now you got this inside your apartment. You got your on your P2, right? That's what you got, right? All right, let me see. All right, let me show you something right here. Now, these are our outside demonstrations, right? You know what this is right here? This is a demonstration on an Optima GT 5500. See if we can get it to basically expand on that one. There we go. This is an Optima GT5500. It's not a P2 in any way whatsoever. Doesn't even have the performance. It's a good projector, but it doesn't have the performance rate of the projector you have. A contrast ratio on that projector is something like 22 or 20,000 to 1, right? This is my projector. Now, mind you, the Optima GT55 and 56 are only designed to do 100-inch only. That's what they're designed to do. I have the 55 out here. Let me show you what you have to do to show that your product works. You see that out there? That's an Optima GT5500 being displayed outside at 140 inches in the daytime. I want you to look at that. This is the kind of stuff we do. So while you're in this apartment showing this really dirty, washed out image on a projector that's sitting right up on top of the screen, my projector is sitting at a distance because I have to pull back to maintain the 140 inches. And I'm able to produce an image outside with no problem on a much bigger screen size than you just displayed in your video, and the image is sharper and brighter and cleaner. That screen right there, I think it's an 8. Look at it. See the angle gain? That's what you call the 190-degree viewing angle. But we didn't have to turn out the lights. We were outside, by the way. That projector right there cost me, I think I paid about $1,300 for that projector. That's it. And that projector is outside doing a demonstration at 140 outside with no problem whatsoever, where you're sitting in an apartment and your image looks like crap. It looks like utter crap. See where I'm sitting at? You see everything crystal clear? And you're on a P2 and it looks that bad? And you got a nerve to talk about you're a professional at your field. Any video demonstration I can pull from my archives will blow your products clean out of the water. And I'm not even inside doing the demonstration. I'm outside doing a demonstration with an ultra short throw projector. And you're inside struggling to get an image to pull up on all your screen paints. That technology alone just beat every last one of your screen paints outside, while you're inside struggling to try to get a $3,000 to $4,000 projector to produce a decent image on a screen that can't even produce a proper image on a projector of that caliber. A 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, and that's the image that thing pulls up on your screen when that has a 20,000 to 1? And you got a nerve to talk. Go make your paint, and we'll see if he makes his product. I got nothing else to say, man. You just got blown out. Every time he comes on here, man, you don't never learn, man. You get the crap kicked out of you every day from us. You're in there struggling with some $4,000 projector with this massive amount of freaking contrast, and it looks like crap on that screen, and I'm out here doing this outside. And this is old technology. This is stuff we don't even make anymore. Big difference about what I do and what you do. Oh my goodness, struggling in the dark. Would you like me to bring a meter outside so I can see exactly, so I can judge? That's another thing about the meter readings. When they're talking about, oh, you got to show exactly how much ambient light you're using. I do test outside, Crow. Don't you understand that? You're talking about, inside the house with extra lights and showing your window lights. Man, forget your, I'm outside again. Difference between we don't have any windows and doors and anything blocking our screens. We're outside doing these demonstrations. I'm gonna do another ultra short throw demonstration outside too. I'm thinking about that doing too. Yeah, I might do an ultra short throw setup outside. That'd be nice. I haven't done one of those in a while. My goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put this link at the bottom so you can check that out. See, they missed the whole point. To them, as long as you can see an image, it ain't got to be a good image. It can be the most crappiest image you've ever seen in your entire life. But as long as as long as you could basically make it out, it's considered to be okay. I don't do that, man. That screen has to look clean outside. It's a little clean inside. That's why I'm walking around. I can go downstairs and I can walk around my environment. You can watch all my screens fire up. So if anybody was saying, hey, look, I want to take an ultra short throw projector outside, because some people don't want to deal with long throws outside, because, you know, at the end of the day, you got to stick that thing on a pike or have it in the middle of the seating. And then you still run the risk of the kids jacking it up, because, you know, kids are kids. Kids are kids. You see something on the board out and plugs and cables and stuff, you got to worry about that. Or the doll, you know what I mean? But some people, if you're going to do an outside setup, they put it up on a high stand, like something higher up, the outer box or something like that. But the ultra short throw is a lot better. You know, you can just stick that right out in the front and watch your movies and stuff. You don't have to worry about anybody tripping over any cables and none of that stuff, or the kids messing with it, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's much more convenient, you know, to do them like that. So that's what I'm setting up on the top of the deck. I'm putting ultra short throws up there because it's much more convenient. And we having long throws bouncing back and forth. And then with that area up there, if I'm moving about, you know, I run the risk of bumping into one of them, you know, in the back of my head. I can't sit down on my sofa correctly because the projector's behind the back of me, but ultra short though, it's perfect. But this is what you're going to have to show. And I get these all the time from people saying, well, do you have any demonstrations of ultra short throw projectors outside? And here you go. We have one right there. And it's not at dark. When people do these demonstrations and I watch them, they wait until it gets dark outside. It's not dark outside. I'm going to show some, I think we do contrast. We do everything. We do contrast, white levels, everything like this. Here's the contrast levels popping up right now. So as you can see, I told you at the end of the day, what did I say about black screens? Black screens remain black outside no matter what. It has to be nothing on it. You could have nothing on the projector. It's going to remain black. That's why I told you when I saw the demonstration of the screen during the Starfield, the whole bottom half was gray. I was like, that screen's gray. It's not black. And sure enough, it was gray. Because how many times do we request to ask Jamie to show us a black paint versus black paint demonstration? It was never done. He never did it. Because he had gray paint up there, he didn't have black. But this is what you're supposed to be to pull. I miss my Ultima GT 5500. I'm gonna see if I can get me another one. That was a good projector. I got it for a very, very good price. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, you get used to it. It's the business, man. It's the business. You get used to it. Anything you do in life, you're always going to have somebody going to hate on you. It goes on in everyday life. That's what you have to go through. That's why I tell a lot of people, man, if you're going to start your own business, be warned. You're going to get those. You will get them. Everybody gets them. Everybody has to get them. Everybody gets haters. You have to get them. And you have to know how to deal with them. You know what I mean? And when they come into the room saying nasty things to me, and I've seen the memes, they have nasty memes and stuff about me. You know, they do dirty stuff, but that's what they do. You know, it doesn't bother me. I want to purchase. Right now we're having the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale on our website right now. That screen right there, I think that's the 180 inch we have outside. But yeah, we're having the sale right now on the site. It depends on. Do me a favor, just hold off and I'll put my email information up if I didn't do it already, and then you can email me and I can help you out from there. That way I can suggest what maybe best way I get an idea what kind of projector you're using, stuff like that. We can talk a little bit more. Now, see how this screen right here, this is interesting. We're going to go show you real quick. See how this is the 180 inch. 180 inch went right up under here. See where the part of my deck is at? It actually went from here to here. Though 250 inches land right there at the bottom. So I got this big wooden strip from one end to the next. So yesterday, I decided to go out and coat from here to here with Black Phoenix paint. Because when you're sitting back at 27 feet, they blend in together. The screen, the wood, and the fabric screen blends in together. So it looks like 180 inch. So by doing that, what happened was now I have 180 inch screen that'll go from here to here because it has to reach the top. That makes it 180 inch. And if I want, I got 250 inches side by side. And as soon as I can get a reasonable price for an ultra short though ViewSonic, I can do the 235.1 at 198 inches. That's what I want to do right now. And I gotta have somebody come in and cut the stump. The stump gotta be cut because it's in the way of the 235.1. So that's what's in the way of that right there. But that's what I coded. It's raining right now, so I'm not gonna be outside today. Sad face. But I do get to test out the new paint we have today too. We got some new stuff we're working on. Let me see real quick. But yeah, like I said, I've seen like some of the dirty stuff to do, but like I said, then that stuff doesn't bother me, man. I've been in the business for a long time, man. I've heard some crazy stuff, even from big companies. I've actually gone out and done business with. I've heard some real nasty stuff about me. So at the end of the day, man, you gotta shrug off your shoulders. You go about your business. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's expected in the business. But when people act like that and they carry on that way, at the end of the day, it just clearly shows that, you know, their products don't work because they're always on the offensive. You know what I mean? They can't back it up. If I'm going to come in here and I'm going to talk about product, I got to do the same demonstration myself, which I did. I basically made the black paint, did it myself, and I proved what my product can do. But they refused to do it. So I just leave it at that. When I got into this business, I got into this business for the simple fact that, like I said, at the time when I was coming up, you had Gray Wolf and Goose Screen that was on the scene. Goose Screen was like $800 and $900 a quart, and then you had this thing called Gray Wolf. I don't know if they're in business anymore. Gray Wolf screens were $3,000. So, and the only choice you had was the YouTube paint. YouTube had their own gray and black mixed paint. It was called a YouTube paint. But by the time I got around to getting into the field of home theater projection, they stopped making some of the ingredients that went with it because there were some problems, some issues with it. So they stopped making it. So, you know, I got in late, but still, you know, I learned a lot from me, and the Lord teaching me so much on the right way and how to do things. What changed for me is basically when I got that black diamond sample sheet. That's what changed my life after that. Because when I saw what that screen did to that screen, blew out every screen I had in my freaking room, every last one of them. And I was trying to see what I had in there that could deal with it. Nothing could deal with it. And then I realized at that particular point, I'm going in the wrong direction. I need to start investing my time in black technology. And this is where I'm at. But those great products, I tell people at the end of the day, man, they're old. They're really old. Okay, see right here at the top, that's where I painted. So I paint. This is all black paint. This is using the Phoenix screen paint. I just painted the whole strip. So now I got the whole strip. What I did was now when I expand my screen, it'll go up underneath here, and that'll give me the 180 inch from side to side. But yeah. So let me show you real quick. Oh, you got my old company is under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. That's my old company. That's when I first started off. That's me. When I first started my company, about 7 to 8 years back, I was making gray screen paint products. That's why some of the Crow boys that came in my room were kind of shocked when they came in because they were like, they thought I only made black products on there. I said, no. When I first started off, I made gray screen paint products. And these are old videos from me way back and my date there, way back, making these gray screen paint products. There's me right there. So yeah, I was making these products. I know the downfall of them. I know how far they can go. I know their flaws, everything about them. Man, that's a long time ago. So if I tell you that that product is black and white paint, I would know it's black and white paint because I used to make it and sell it. But the difference when we made the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint had, we showed you how we made it. We actually posted how we made our old ingredients. We made it with Martha Stewart. It's Martha Stewart silver we put into it, and we put in a couple of 1.5 teaspoons of glitter. Same thing, and the base started off the same way. White paint into black paint. That's it. Same thing. Told you. He's making it. And if I sit there and tell you, if I look at a product and I'm staring at it and I go, that's black and white paint. It's black and white paint. So when they came in, they were upset because they thought that I only made black screen paint. I was like, no, I was making your product. So see how it says paint an HD screen in 1 hour or less? Because at that particular time, as I said, Goose Screen was dominating the market. See the discoloration in the screen? See that right there when it comes to contrast levels right there? There you go. Yeah, so we know how it's made. It's made the same way as the digital one is, except for it doesn't have any glitter in it or anything in it. But yeah, so yeah, that at the time when you see me put down demonstrations like paint in 1 hour or less, no sanding required, no so and so, because when Goose Screen came out, Goose Screen required for you to sand down the surface until it was perfectly flat. It had to be perfect flat, no imperfections, no grooves, no marks, nothing. And this was people used to go on ABS forums and they would show pictures of them spending weeks and days sanding and sanding and sanding to get that perfect flat surface for that particular screen. And they just would show off these different demonstrations of sanding the wall, sanding the wall, sanding the wall. And it's hours of preparation. And then the time it took you to paint the screen took hours. You have the time, look up something, look up how to paint a Goose Screen if you can watch the old demonstration without passing up. But it's a long, tedious demonstration, so long. And in order for me to be able to understand what the company and what I was dealing with, I had to buy one. I couldn't even finish it. It was a freaking headache. So then we said, you know what, we're going to do the opposite, because everybody else was doing the whole Goose Screen thing. You know, you had to do it this way and that way. Anybody who's making screen paint was following the same line of Goose Screens. You know, it required you to sand. It required you to do this. It required to put perfect application, up and down robot formation. You couldn't go from side to side. You couldn't write the name of the screen. You couldn't walk across the screen. None of that stuff. So we said, we're going to do the opposite. So when we came up there, we did demonstrations. We spray painted all over the wall, threw food on the wall, painted over top of it. Boom, screen came on. 1 hour left, boom, screen came on. Did a demonstration. I walked across the screen with my sneakers on while the fan was on, and then rolled right into the screen. Those were the demonstrations that put us on the map. And then that's why, and about a year from now, a company came down, some big corporation came down and said, hey, look, man, we're watching your demonstrations. You guys do some crazy stuff on there, because everybody was like, you're going to paint the screen. You want to sand down the wall so they're perfectly flat. And then what you want to do is you want to take your roller, you want to stick it into your pan, and you want to put in perfect an application, even application on the roller. And you want to go up and stop, come back down, and go up and stop, and come back down and go up. And I'm like, when we did it, we were like, just painting all over the screen, didn't make a difference. Yeah, that was put up on the map. So this guy was like, yeah, I've seen your demonstrations are crazy and stuff like that. You were interested in getting a contract from me. Boy, I didn't know I was getting myself into in that day. But yeah. Way back in the day, under Digital One Crystal. There you go, Digital One Crystal screen paint. Great paint. Digital One Crystal screen paint, great paint. Digital One Crystal screen paint. Look at it, 9 years ago. I told you when I sat there and said the product he was selling you was basically old screen paint from back in the day. This is a fella right here that shows you how to make the product. Matter of fact, Jamie, I wouldn't mind you making his mix right here and match against your product, because it looks exact, and it does exact same thing that his product does. Exact same thing. Look at this. There's, he put his mixture right there at the bottom. Now, if you notice, as I told you, that all these mixes start off the same way. They all start off with a gallon of white paint into black paint. Remember? There we go. Do, 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 do. All of them do that. Very nice video. There you go. See his ingredients on the floor? Told you. Same way. It's a black and white mix. Even if you put silver in there, you're not going to really see the silver. This you're never going to be able to see. But this is what's going to make the most important, because this is the toner. This is your base right here. So bottom line is, depending on if you put more or less of this in, this is going to change the outcome of your screen. Whether you produce higher contrast, whether you produce lower contrast, this is going to make the difference. This is the only thing that pretty much is going to change your screen. But in the back of your mind, you're thinking, if I put a little silver in there, I'm heightening my white levels. You will never, ever see this. Now, mind you, I thought the same way too. When I was making this product back in the day, about 8, 9 years ago, I thought if we add that Martha Stewart silver in there, it was making the screen kick. It wasn't. Now that I know now what I know now, no, it doesn't. So he shows you how to mix it, how to make it on the paint, everything, how to put it all together. Very good educational video right there. See right there? There's the paint right there he's mixing up. And if you notice, as he's applying it to the surface, him and his buddy, it is the same color as the Metallica mix, and it does match the Metallica mix. Let me go back here. Where his buddy are doing it, paint the screen. There we go. Look at the color of the screen. Now, remember I told you with the lights on, my screen did the same thing. With the lights on, to a certain degree, but like I said, that particular time when we were doing demonstrations like that, it was unheard of. Most majority demonstrations that were done on YouTube were done in the dark, all right? We had one light in the room, and that was considered to be impressive. At that particular, mind you, it's 7 to 8, 9 years ago, so that was considered to be impressive if you had a one light in the room, because the majority of all the demonstrations, all of them were done with blackout curtains. People saying, look, I got these blackout curtains and I painted the walls black. Everybody was making the room super ultra dark for these good screen setups and other these screen paint mixes that they had on YouTube, because they were all over the place. There was a lot of people that had them. So, you know, we did the opposite. You know, we did a demonstration with one light in the environment, or maybe two, and that's what pretty much put us on the map. Now, compared to what we have now, our stuff would blow that stuff out of the water with no problem. But here you go. Now, look at the background of the screen. Now, see the discoloration in the background of the screen right here? All these screens that have this particular kind of mixture does the exact same thing. Unless it's doing a reversal, that's the only way. But see how washed out and faded the image looks? The same way it looked on the P2, same thing. But the minute you turn out the lights, well, then you get this image right here. And he's using a very high-end projector in the demonstration. The only problem with this is the fact that if you put that next to a black screen, his screen would wash out, because he wouldn't be producing 100% contrast level next to a black screen, which we've done those demonstrations too. So he made that same product right there. All you had to do is put a screen in the dark, hit it with a high-end projector, and voila, image would look much better. Much like when we go back to, let me see right here, CROW's video right here. If you notice, with the lights on, this screen looks absolutely horrible. Now, when he turns over to the dark, because he's going to have to turn the lights up, which he did in the video, right about in here, he turns his lights up. So now it's darker, because you know why? Because now you can see the neon lights on the side of his screen pushing out from here to here. It's not, you automatically see it, the lights are off. Now the image looks much better, doesn't it? Same like the fellow I showed you in the video. He had the lights on, lighter screen paint mix, colors, contrast, looks horrible. When they turn the lights up, it's a much better improvement. Showing you at the end of the day, you're going to have to be in the dark because the screen's going to wash out. And showing you that the product that he just made down there, which he posted, is going to do the exact same thing that that product's going to do. And at the end of the day, it's still a black and white mix. Oh, I should have been oh, man. Ugh. Look at this right here. Perfect example. This is supposed to be the Cinemax. Crow, I tell you, you should have never posted this video. This is bad. This is really bad for you. This is the Cinemax is supposed to, as he said, have the ability to produce a contrast level equal to a black screen, correct? So how is it here that this is not even black? This is nowhere near the color of a UV mix. It's a very light, but it's also dark mix here. It's producing a much better contrast level than your personal mix. I'm not sorry, than your Cinemax. Now, mind you, under the Cinemax, CROW made false accusations that the product could produce contrast levels equal to dark screens, but yet the product we have here is not dark. It's not even black, and yet it's producing a much better contrast level than this. So even with a projector that has a whopping 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, you still can't pick it up properly on your screen, even if your projector is calibrated. This one's actually picking it up much better. Look at the detail in here compared to the detail in there. Or is this just coming up too dark and this is coming up better? Which one is? Because either way, it looks pretty bad. But the fact that you have to turn your lights out in order to get the image to pull up, there you go. Gray screen paint does that. Now, while you're sitting here doing this demonstration in the dark, again, my screen at 150 inches is up on my ceiling. I'm downstairs in a fully lit environment. And to show you how dark the environment is. Look, this is where you got to be at to get your image to pull. It's daytime outside, literally. It's daytime. And this is how your living room is going to look. Look at this. It's daytime outside. There's your living room. That's what you're going to be dealing with when you basically deal with one of these products. You're sitting in the dark, trying to GPS your coffee table so you can figure out where it's at. So you're not banging your knees on it when you basically go to the kitchen or go to the bathroom. Look how dark it is compared to the demonstration he did. We got to take 2 pictures of these. We're going to do a before and after on how dark this environment is. Good gracious, man, this is really bad, Joey. Really bad. You really should have looked over this first before doing this demonstration. The white levels are really horrible in there. But you got a nerd to try to ridicule my work. I'm in a fully lit environment. So I guess he's trying to ridicule one of my demonstrations. Dude, I'm in a fully lit environment doing demonstrations. You're in the dark with a projector that's not even doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's absolutely horrible. Well, we'll see. Then we're going to see whether or not if he does his demonstration with the paint. We'll see. But until then, yeah, there's a difference between this right here. I got to get a picture of this. This right here next to the other one, he darkened that environment quick. Because as you can see, the images, we got a couple of pictures we got to pull out of here. As you can see, the environment is, the screen is washed out. So in order for you, and I didn't even know this thing was even on. So, and look, oh my, I didn't even realize how small your screen is. Look how small his screen is. So he's got the projector going almost the size of your screen. You have this projector this close to the screen, you're tightening this image in this small little area. Now you got enough room, you can basically max this whole section out here. Why don't you just max out the whole section? You won't do that because that'd be more ambient light making contact with your screen. But you should max all this out. Just max all this out right here. Just put a whole big screen in there. But you won't do that because it's going to be more paint to hit the screen. And you'll have to probably pull the projector back. But this should be to do a screen size that size anyway. Anyway, long story short, this is all washed out. This clearly is not black. This is actually dark gray because it's not matching your speakers. So we know there's a problem there. Oh my goodness. And I didn't think the P2 was on. I didn't realize it was on until we leaned over. I said, wait, that thing is actually on? That is really, really bad. Look at that. That is horrible. I'm curious if anyone's ever displayed this thing else other than him, what this projector actually looks like on a real screen. That's why I have a look on YouTube. I need to see what this thing actually looks like on a real setup. Because that's actually awful. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry, buddy, but that's so washed out and faded. The fact that you have to turn your lights out in your demonstration. You can do a demonstration from beginning to end with the lights on because your screen is so poorly washed out. Let me see. What you eating? What you chewing? You're a weird kid, but see. Let me see. Who else has this projected? Let me see this P2. P2. Let's see what kind of they have this thing set up in here. Look, in the dark, of course, sitting in the dark with it. And the screen size got smaller, much smaller. Wait, so he downgraded to a smaller screen. Yep, that tells you something. There's the first problem right there. In the dark. Look, another demonstration in the dark. Here's somebody. They got the one right here. What do you got it right here? Let me see if someone has one of these in here. Yes, I've seen that guy. It's a custom one. It's pretty cool. Let's see what I'm saying in the dark. Here's mine right there. Lights on. I've seen this one already. That was just not worth the time. All right, who's got one here within a fully lit in the dark? All these are really seriously. All these are in the dark. This is what they call what the TV projection. These things are supposed to be designed to place TVs, and you're in the dark with these things. So, God forbid if you had this projector and this screen paint, and you basically want to watch a regular TV show with your lights on, with light coming through, your screen's gonna wash out. You're going to have to be in the dark just to watch a TV show. Now watch him come back in and do a demonstration of him doing a TV show. And bottom line, he's going to stick to really bright colors as much as possible. Don't worry about doing that, Jamie. Don't worry about doing any of those demonstrations. Don't try to back. And what you need to back up to start off with is if your product is actually physically black and white paint. That's what we need to know first. That's the first thing of anything. We need to know that. So that's the first thing you should do. Go hop in your truck, your vehicle, go pop over to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, pick up some white paint, make the ingredients live so everybody can see it, and then put it against your screen and do the exact same demonstration. But this time, oh yeah, turn the lights out too, because I'm curious to see. Like I said, I want to see it with the lights out and see how close your product comes to these black and white mixes. Actually, I don't know if you can mount an ultra short. If you can find a bracket, at the end of the day, you can mount anything you want. You can find brackets for it if they make brackets for it. I don't even know why anybody did that demonstration. Can you mount an ultra short though projector? Depends on if the company made a mount for it. If they made a mount for it, you can mount it. If you don't, you don't. That's in the dark. These are all in the dark. Not a lot on this machine here. I'm not seeing a lot of these in fully lit environments. I don't even know why they post these things in the dark, because at the end of the day, this is supposed to be like a replacement for a TV. So why are you in the dark using this? You should never be in the dark operating one of these things. You should always be in a fully lit environment. Now see, there you go. That's much better right there. That is much better. That's the valve projector, but that's at least a little better than what I've seen in his video. See, that's much better. But at the end of the day, one of the problems he's going to have with this is the fact, like I said, the screen being gray. We have valve, but we have what sample sheet is he using here for his screen? Because we do have just about everything we can think of over here. But at the end of the day, he's still going to have a problem with contrast, and certain things are not going to, he's going to have a problem with that. But let me see what he's using. What's he using for his screen? Let me see. Vivistorm. We have Vivistorm here. Here it is right there. Look, Vivistorm. We got this stuff already here. Tested already. They're getting certain screens. As a matter of fact, we got, I told you, we got an email from Vivistorm asking for samples from us, because they're interested in our technology. They're actually very interested in it. But we're not interested in them. But anyway, yeah, we tested their stuff already. So we know we can beat their screens with no problem. That's easy. We've done this already. But still, better impressive demonstration. And it's nice and clean. I like how it's clean. See how this is clean? I like how this is clean. It kept it simple, kept it clean, not a bunch of clutter and good. And just, I'm sorry, I don't like clutter. I try to clean as much as possible, but yeah, much better. But still not seeing anything on this other projector, the P2. P2, here we go. We in the dark with this, please. Or are we? That's nothing. Whatchamacallits have those, Chrissy's have those already. Lens shift capability, boot deal, blah, 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 blah. No. That's why I can't stand watching the companies do it, because they never show exactly. What about this fellow right here? Let me see what we got going on here. He has some good reviews on this stuff. I watch a few of his things. He has some good reviews on stuff. He has some cool channel. Let me see. What we got here? Anything with the projector playing by itself? Anything? See, in the dark. What's the deal with this? Why is everybody in the freaking dark? I don't get this mess, man. It's a very powerful machine. Why are you sitting in the dark? You know why? Because the screen can't pick up the color correctly. That's why. Every time I see one of these projectors, always in the dark, in the dark, in the dark. And they think this is normal. This is not normal. Why are you in the dark? The colors should be much higher than that. It should be popping like boom. Yeah. Always in the dark with these projectors. Man, I'm just. But anyway, let's see if he does it. I don't know. He's not going to do it. Like I said, judging by how close together, I didn't think that was a P2. I literally thought. What do you think, Taco? What did you think it was? You thought it was an Epson? I thought it was an Epson 720p projector. I'm thinking like the picture looked really bad. I'm thinking, oh, that's got to be coming from an Epson projector. It has to be. And find out when he leaned over and I saw the projector and I was like, that's coming from the P2 that badly? That's really, really bad. Jamie, that projector didn't even cost me. That projector right there didn't even cost me $4 grand or even $3 grand. That cost me $60. $60. You know why? Because the technology we had does all the work. I don't have to spend all this money for an expensive projector to make my screen look good. I can buy a $60 projector. That projector has a 4,000:1 contrast ratio. Watch this, Jamie. Let me show you something. Look at this. Hey, buddy. See that? This is my projector right here. Right here, that's my model number, my projector right there. And you see, not and doing a distance though with that. Look at the distance though from it. At 148 inches. Ooh. Ooh. What are you complaining about? What's your problem? I'm about to hook you up in a few minutes. It's treat time anyway. Give your treats. This is just a recap. At the end, when I show them how it's done. See that white jellyfish pulling off in the background on that screen? That's a phantom over. That's a super ultra black screen. So while you're sitting in the dark with your products, I'm over here on my products in a fully lit environment. Not even calibrated projectors. I'll put you right there. All right, buddy, want your snacks, man? Give me snacks, then. Snacks. Snacks. Wait all day, want some snacks. Want some snacks. There we go. Enjoy. Want some snacks, man? Get some snacks. Want snacks, man? Snacks. Get your snacks. I'll give you a little extra because you did wait and he was patient. There you go. There go your snacks. There we go. What snacks, daddy? What snacks? Snacks.
even charge that up. I don't think I did even charge that up today. See how beautiful the color is on that technology? $500. That's what I paid for my projector behind me. It was $500. So $500 for this projector, $139 and $60. That's it. That's what it cost me to run all three of my projectors in here. That's it. And you're on a P2 with an image that looks that freaking bad. Good. Right? I didn't. Oh. Ooh. We got to get some pictures of that one. We got to get some pictures of that. Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna put y'all right here for a minute. I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be right back. Taco, keep them entertained. Keep them entertained, Taco. Taco. Dangerous. Fearsome. Croco. Croco. Taco. Dangerous, fearsome, Croco Taco, Croco Taco. You dangerous Croco Taco? You just got them toys. Let's buy some more. We'll get you a couple more toys today. I'm gonna get some toys. So yeah, Croco Taco. Croco Taco. Croco Taco. Like rawr. Rawr. Dangerous, fearsome Croco. All right, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. All right. Croco Taco. Wow. Now, Jamie, let me show you something real quick. See my soundbar right there? It's jet black, right? My soundbar and my screen, that environment, matches my pillows and soundbar. All that matches because the screen's that black. Let me show you something real quick. This is how, when I was looking at your demonstration, one of the things I noticed is that when you put down the Phoenix, right, it didn't match the soundbar. Phoenixes are black, not gray. Now, I told you, when you do gunmetal screens, right, when you're doing a gunmetal screen, when some of them are so dark, people look at them, they think they're black screens. So we had to take a gray screen and put it against it to show you that the screen actually is either black or gray. So let me show you something real quick. This right here is a Phoenix. That's your UV mix laying against a Phoenix. Phoenix is black. See that?
The Phantom is darker than the Phoenix, but the Phoenix is black. You set a sound bar next to a Phoenix, it doesn't come up gray. It comes up still black. That's how we knew when we saw the demonstration. When I looked down, I was like, wait a minute. When you had the sample sheet laying down, I was like, wait a minute. That screen that you displayed is actually gray, a dark gray. You're not a smart person, are you? At the end of the day, you're not a very intelligent person at all. You're not. My goodness, man. Really? That's how we knew. When I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute. How in the world is that supposed to be a Phoenix? Phoenixes are black, not gray. And the screen, when you set it down on top of your speaker, because keep in mind, he tries to do these demonstrations in the dark as much as possible, because if the screen is dark gray, it'll give it the appearance that it's almost black. But if you lighten up the area, you will see that the screen apparently is actually a dark gray. Like, for instance, that's gray. But if you look at it, people think it's black. No. That's black. That's gray. So he figures that he'll make a screen dark enough. And that's why I said when you painted the Phoenix down, that's why it was a problem. Now, another problem you made a mistake at is when you did the demonstration, when you painted in the Phoenix. We're going to put this in real quick. You put the Phoenix next to, I forgot what it was. I want to dig it up real quick. But for some reason, the Phoenix on that one came up lighter next to a gray screen, which would have been virtually impossible. Because you can't put a Phoenix against a gray screen because the Phoenix would be darker than a gray screen. Let me break it down for you. Break it. Your screen, buddy boy, is gray, not black. That's how we know that this is not a Phoenix, because a Phoenix is black. Look how much lighter it is next to these right here. Look at that. Look at that, Crow. Did you even think when you did this demonstration? Look at that. Not only did you fake your demonstration, recap. Not only did you fake your demonstration, but you got caught. I mean, we all knew you were falsifying demonstrations anyway, but you got caught with a fake product. That's not even a Phoenix, because it's coming up as gray next to your speakers, and they come up black. On top of that, all your screen paint mixes match together, which shows the customer at the end of the day that there's no difference between any of them at all. At the end of the day, it really isn't much of a difference. One of your screens is coming up tan. I don't know what the deal with that one is. The UV mix is picking up a better contrast level, even though it's not the same dark UV mix we have over here, but it's picking up the same better contrast level than the Cinemax, which was claiming to be able to pull a contrast level better than the Phoenix. I don't even know how that one is even going to work. And you still haven't done the demonstration of the gray screen paint mixes versus your products. You haven't done that one yet, which shows, because you're hiding that, you're afraid that, yeah, they will match your products. Any one of these would match on that product easily. Let me show you something real quick. Let's go look up real quick. Let me see. Huh? Crow, do you know what this is? This is your UV mix. When we bought it, we got it here. I told you we had this product. I'm going to show you how dark the UV mix is supposed to look. Oh, sorry about that, people. That's your product, ain't it? Yes, sirree. Isn't that your product? Told you we had all your stuff, man. That's not the same product you're displaying in your demonstration over there. Not even close. Not even close to what you were displaying in your demonstration. So you made your product lighter so that way it can produce better. There's a UV mix right there. Same container. We still got your same container. Same container, same container. And when did we get that paint? We got that paint 1 year ago. That's when we got it. Shipped to our house 1 year ago by CROW. He didn't even know it was us at the time. That's the unboxing of your UV mix. That's how I know when I told you, when I'm looking at the screen, like its product is not, it's darker than that. Much darker than that. Look at this. You do know in this demonstration you're doing right here, this background literally is supposed to be black. It's not supposed to be that color. So you're telling people you're saving hundreds. So y'all got to figure out at the end of the day, is he saving or is he stealing hundreds from you? Until he does that demonstration, at the end of the day, his product is nothing more than what it is. And we're going to request this again for you today, CROW. CROW, we are requesting today for you to do a demonstration of multiple gray mixes involving 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatever you mix into it. We request for you to put the particular products against your own screen paint to show your customers and everyone else that your product is something better than everyday household screen paint, or if the customer themselves can make it. As you can see clearly, I posted a link where you can go onto the page and you can look at me make several dark products live on camera so everybody can see what I was putting into them and trying to match them against our product, which didn't go out. So where our screen was able to outperform. That's the exact same demonstration we need for you to do right there. I don't know if you did, I think you did more damage on this one to yourself because number one, at the end of the day, there's nothing different between your products. I mean, they all blend together. Like I said, and then the fact that the Phoenix came up a gray, you sit on top of your black speakers, it came up gray, man. You don't even have a real Phoenix over there. So I don't know what that mess is, but you need to do that demonstration. And forget all the insults and everything else. Forget the Q&As and doing reviews. You need to do that demonstration. Customers need to know if they're actually getting scammed from you or they're actually getting the real deal. All right, so let's see if he does it today. Let's see if we get that demonstration today, or if he goes in and he basically skips it and does something completely different. Who knows with this one? That is pretty bad. The fact that your screen is blending in. Look at that. That is pretty bad. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. And the fact you had to turn out the lights to get this, that makes it even worse. That you had to turn the lights out to achieve that color, because you couldn't do this in a fully lit environment. Even with the P2 being right up on top of your screen, your colors came in so badly. That is really, really washed out. Oh, interesting. Hold on for a minute, people. Let's stop for a minute. You see that background? You see this right here? Look at that very carefully. Look at that background very carefully. If you ever make a comment that that's not the background and that's not your video, guess what? In your video, that painting is being displayed. That's the same painting that's in the video that you deleted off your account, showing you making a black and white paint right there. That's just in case if he comes on camera and says some kind of lie like, oh no, that's not my video, that's not me, it's so and so and so. This is the painting that you have in that video. See how easy it is to catch a scammer? So if he ever decides to come in, Maya, I got this video now. If he ever comes in and says, well, oh man, I swear. Sorry, that's just me. The clutter, good gracious. I'm sorry, it's just me. I shouldn't be doing that, but man, I know that's just me. I can't stand clutter, drives me nuts. But anyway, as I said before, my skin crawl a little bit here. As I said before, yeah, if he ever comes in and says, no, that's not his house, the video right there, that's the same painting you had in the video back then when you did the same demonstration with the black and white paints right there. Same painting. So yeah, buddy, that's you. So Jamie, we're waiting today. We're gonna be waiting today to see if we get that demonstration. Like I said, you can make them in 2s, you can make them in 4s, you can make them in 3s, you can make them in 10. That's what we want. And we want to see them matched against your product. And we want to see a difference between night and day. We don't want anything give a little bump. We want to see between night and day. That's what we want to see. So do the demonstration today. If you don't do the demonstration today, there's no way to avoid it. I mean, you already did avoid it the first time doing that phony demonstration against comparing your own products. That did a lot of damage to you, a great deal of damage to you. Because like I said, I was able to go in there and take that video apart pretty quick. It's pretty bad. You got freaking, like I said, you got products in there beating your top screen that's claiming to have a higher contrast level. And one of the screens is actually producing better contrast in it. One screen has a kind of tannish color to it. Only time a screen would have a kind of tannish look is there's tan paint in it. That's the only way you would have that kind of issue. But I don't know how wide it's coming up. White levels are coming up pretty poor on your darker mixes. The lighter mixes that you have, like I said, they're all blending in one after the next, which shows that there's probably about one shade off of black paint to trigger one of those off. We already know how the personals are made, so that pretty much gives us an idea how the rest of them are made on that particular strip by itself. Whew, man, I don't even know where to begin with the rest of that stuff. Freaking the Phoenix didn't pop up to be a black screen because it was sitting on a black speaker, which clearly came up as a gray screen. That's another falsified right there. And you still have no gray screen paint mixes made that should have been in the demonstration at all. So hopefully he understands what I'm telling him here, and he does that demonstration, which we are requesting again from him to do this demonstration and to stop avoiding this at all. Just do the demonstration. You can slander me, call me curse words, call me racial slurs at the end of the day. I don't care. I mean, I got thick skin. That stuff don't bother me. What I want to see is I want to see you back it up. So today, back it up. Stop running. Do the demonstration. That's all you got to do. Just do the demonstration. Show everybody what your product really is. I put my link at the bottom of my test demonstration, doing it to my own screen. Not a problem. Got nothing to hide. We ask you to do the same thing. Because if that's the case, someone's going to say, y'all going to save a lot. You're going to say, he's not saving you hundreds. He's stealing hundreds from you, but you can save yourself hundreds and just make it yourself. Where's my ingredients at? I think I have an ingredients mix on this one. Is it on this one? It's on this one. This one? No, it's not on this one. It's on the other one. We have the ingredients mix on. Let me see. It's on, I think it's on this one right here. We have ones we made. These are the ones we made. These are the ones we made using his video. Now this demonstration right here is showing me making a black screen paint product versus my own screen paint. showing that there's a difference between the two. So that way we don't, you can see that we did our test also. We didn't back out of that. Mind you, we weren't requested to do that. Did you know that? We weren't requested. We did it for the sake of just doing it for fun. Let's see. Paint. Mixes versus or maybe I'm like rejection black screen paint. There's only against one screen right there. All right, so that's done right there. And then at the bottom of this, we're going to post the ingredients for Crow or anybody else who wants cares to make this, because he can't come on there and say, hey, no, the video demonstration she did was falsified, it was fake, that's not my product, this is my product. Well, at the end of the day, man, you're going to have to show that we faked the demonstration. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make the screen paints that we posted, which are coming off your channel, and make them. That's what you're going to have to do. You can't put your own products against your own products and says, this has nothing to do with my products. This is how my products look. No, that's not the topic. The topic is that anyone can make your product just by going to Home Depot and Lowe's. Is it possible? Is your product black and white paint? So that's what we need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So let me see. Let's go over here to the channel. Let's grab this one right here. One of these has the entire ingredient list on it. I think it's this one. This one has an ingredient list on it. Let me see. No, that doesn't have. One of these has it on there. Let me see if it's is it this one? There we go. This one has an entire list of ingredients on it right here. Now, keep in mind, so Crow can understand this, or Jamie, you must do the demonstration live. All ingredients must be made on camera live so everyone can see exactly what you're putting into each paint as you apply it. Mark it, label it, and put it against your screen. Now, like I said, the reason why he's not going to do this is because I said before, if in the demonstrations his colors clash that close together, any kind of paint with any kind of black in it is going to match his screen. And the fact that he's going to have to get on live camera and make the ingredients in front of all of you for you to see what's in it means he could be giving up his secret. But if it's not real and it's not true and his product has nothing to do with that, then he should have no problem being able to do that demonstration. The fact that, Jamie, we asked you this multiple times from the door. The first time I asked you this should have been done without question. It should have been done. The fact that you've already failed already. We're just doing this now for the sake that you have to do this. You've already failed at this already, because the first minute we asked you, that should have been done right from the door with no hesitation. It should have been done. Just like when I came out there, bam, did it right from the door. No hesitation, it's done. I didn't have to beat around the bush. Fine, let's do this. You? No. We got to ask you, and we got to come in and we got to break down your videos and tell you, no, man, you did it wrong. Where is the paint? Where's the paint you're supposed to make? How come it's not in the video? How come you only have your own stuff in there? That's not supposed to be in there at all. You're supposed to have your other ingredients in there. You're supposed to make that product. And if he avoids it again, then guess what? At the end of the day, I wouldn't buy from him. I would just go out to Home Depot and just make the ingredients we have here. Let me see. We need to find this video right here. Now, keep in mind, when I was developing the products I made under digital crystal screen paint, we had a couple of people come up and challenge us. Actually, we had a few people. One of them was actually Mississippi Man. That was one of them. But I had to show a difference. At that particular time, it wasn't what they were asking for. It was something completely different. Now, today, if I was still making digital and crystal screen paint, and someone came and asked me that question, yeah, that might be a hard one to go through. Honestly, that would be a hard one to go through. Because even his product matches our product, and our product matches his product from 7 years back. So that would have been a problem. So I am so glad I switched over to black technology, because, man, that would have been a nightmare for us. And I'm pretty sure it's a nightmare for him right now. It is an absolute nightmare for him right now. But like I said, You know, you made accusations, man, that weren't true. That's the problem with it. Now, anybody else out there, how come you're not going after anybody else? Because nobody else out there is making these dumb accusations but him. He's the only person out here making these outlandish accusations that his gray screen paints pull up contrast levels darker than black screens and all this nonsense. Yeah, doing high-end projectors to make the boosted screens to make them look better. All this dumb nonsense that he's doing. And now him trying to prove that his product is something what it is, he's actually outing himself the entire time. He's outing himself the entire time. So, you know, he's the one that made accusations. No other person who makes screen paint on YouTube besides Cookie Cutter makes these weird and off-the-wall accusations. And then you stuck me into it. See, if you mind your own business, you were making these accusations. I couldn't give care of a flying fig Newton about what you do, but you stuck me in it. You want to use me as a springboard. So, hey, you got what you deserve. You opened up that Pandora's box and you got bit in the face with a cobra, and that's what you got. And that's why you're dealing with this now. Every time you come and you do a dumb demonstration, I'm just going to basically just drive the screws in a little bit farther. And at the end of the day, I can back up my work with no problem. You can't back yours. So, we're going to ask you again, do the demonstration. This time we want screen paint present in the live demonstration. We want it made on camera, and we want it placed against your screen, and we want multiple mixtures made. You have to exhaust every possibility that you could possibly think of to make sure that your customers are getting exactly what they paid for. You know, like Goodyear, they put their tires through the most insane, crazy tests to show that, look, they can brag about it. Our tires are tested like no other. We put them through the hardest test you could possibly think of. There you go. You got to be on that level right there. So no more of these fake demonstrations, man. But we all know now that well, I knew from the door when I first looked at the Phoenix, it was gray. But it just bothered it was a gray screen. All right, man. This was fun. This was really fun. I hate to go. This was really fun. I had a ball. I love doing this. I had a ball. Well, let's see. Let's see if he comes in today and does, if he comes in today and he does a demonstration. And he got nowhere else to go. What else is he going to do? Okay, then. Okay, I'm going to save this right now for you guys. Right now. So this is saved. This is all the ingredients, how you make the product. And like I said, Jamie, if you feel that you can make my product, you have my permission. Post the ingredients today. I've said this many times. I will make the product and I'll stick it against my own screen. I'll do it live. That's how much confidence I have in my product. Please do, make it. Make the product today. Make a Phantom, make a Phoenix today so I can put it against my screen today. Give me something to do for the day. Well, I got a lot to do anyway, but that'll be something more fun to do. I give you my permission to make it. I gave him my permission multiple times. He still hasn't made it because he can't figure out how it's done. I don't know how that's going to work. He's probably in the Q&A crying and whining about, no, it's not fair. No, I don't want to do this. This is wrong. You know, people should trust me. My product works. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There you go, buddy. All right, that's basically about it. Let's see if we get a demonstration today, or basically we get another smoke screen from him of him testing his own products against his own products again. Until then, I am going to make a version of the Cinemax since we know how it's made, and I'm going to be using it in a demonstration for next week. Gotta go, and God bless.